Well, welcome to the broadcast, Aaron.
We're up.
We're up and at 'em. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining me tonight. We're just welcome the band and the team to the field here. So ran a little bit long on our pregame show, but lesson learned for next time. We'll cut that a little bit short next time. Join us just in time for the national anthem. Please feel free to rise with your caps for the national anthem. An outstanding rendition of the national anthem by the Hudson Raider Pep Band. Am I saying that right?
Well, we're going to call it that. It's probably the marching band, but
marching band.
It's nice to see them out here. Obviously, with all the things that have been happening, it's good to see that activity being able to go too.
Yeah.
So,
I'll tell you, you're mentioning it a little bit before the game. I think it's worth talking about. Some of the players will have masks on while they're playing, which football's a tough sport.
Well,
playing with a mask on, it will be interesting to see. Hopefully, we won't.
It's going to be one of those hard things to regulate for a referee. I think
Sure.
It's easier to see somebody on the sidelines or see a coach on the sidelines, but the kids are trying it. We were watching them warm up. They took their helmets off, and you could see that they were having a hard time breathing. It's hot out here tonight too, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this is one of those interesting days late in September. I think we're pushing 83 with a little bit of humidity now. Clear skies. We've got a half moon off to our right here. Beautiful weather.
In lieu of starting lineups, the Menomonie Mustangs choose to be introduced as a team. The head coach for the Mustangs.
So Menomonie, we talked about it in the pregame a little bit here. A heck of a program. They'll come out as a team in lieu of starting lineups.
Yeah, so the one thing tonight we aren't sure about is who's going to be Menomoni's starting quarterback. Watching him on warm-ups, it looks like number 4, Ryan Call, was getting most of the reps. But they also had a couple other guys taking snaps, so we'll see how that goes. Looks like the 2 players we highlighted in the pregame are both in the lineup tonight. So, tonight, Ken, you look around the stadium and all the empty seats, and again, we talked about just being happy to be playing football, but ultimately to use somebody like John Gruden, Chucky, tonight you got to bring the juice. You got to bring the juice. There's nobody out. There's not going to be a lot of cheering. I mean, I know a lot of these senior parents, a lot of these football parents, they got big mouths, but I'm pretty sure they aren't going to be able to cheer loud enough to make as much noise as the bleacher creatures in the student section.
The bleacher creatures and some of the students are located off to our right, just outside the fence there. They've made their way down to the game. I think
we'll have
my
to
high
pan
school
over
days.
to that as the game goes on, because
We
I
will.
think that number is going to grow.
I'm sure that will fill up. Well, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to a couple folks. Elena Kuhnscher, thanks for tuning in from your dorm room up at St. Scholastica. She'd like to give a quick shout out to Tabor, first varsity game. And Connor, thanks for tuning in from Madtown, Madison.
Ooh, I bet you that's Connor Hess. Shout out to Connor Hess if that's you, buddy.
It is. So if you'd like to check in with us at the booth here via Instagram, go out to the Raider _streaming Instagram, my story. Click on there, you'll see a cool picture of the Raiders, and at the bottom it says where you're watching from. Fill in the blank wherever you're at. We'd love to say a quick hello to you out there. We'll get ready for Hudson to take the initial kickoff here. It's Friday night under the lights.
Here we go.
Nice boot. He'll get that one about 3 yards back into the end zone, and he'll take a touchback there. That's number 21, Brandon Morey.
So we talked about it a little bit in the pregame. Menomonie certainly tries to control the tempo of the game, and that's both offensively and defensively. It's important for the Raiders to get out here. I think establish the run, get that run game going, opens up the pass. You got a big target with Carter Herink at wideout, but our bread and butter is running the football.
So Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Good actor.
Owen Anderson back at QB here. He'll drop one off, tries to hit Bounting, just a little bit short.
Incomplete pass.
So we mentioned a few kids in the pregame, all seniors, but I'm expecting to see some juniors play a big role this year. You got number 4, Troy Bounting. He's a running back. He'll be on offense. Number 18, Evan Tyler. You remember Evan last year on the defensive line. Jacob Hansen, he'll be playing middle linebacker. We'll mention a few other players here as we go along.
So 2nd and 10 here, Anderson. So an option out.
There you go, there
Picks
you
up
go.
Sage Lewis, was that number 7 there?
Yep, Sage Lewis.
They're calling for a fumble. It is a quick turnover here on the 2nd down try. Menomonie, I didn't see how it popped out there.
Well, it looked like he had some room,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, as soon as contact was made, the ball popped out. So tough spot. That's a tough way to start against a good team.
Yeah, you hate to spot 3/4 of the field to the Menomonie Mustangs here on the opening get. We'll see what the offense has for Menomonie as they get a quick look out here. 1st and 10, back.
It's looked like you got number 4, Call playing quarterback.
Yep. You're going to key in on number 2. That's Parker.
There you
Nice
go, nice
hit there.
tackle.
He got about
Jordan Spann came up and filled on that play. Really nice tackle by Jordan. Parker's a kid you cannot let get outside. I mean, he's a big kid. He's got some speed. Last year, he beat us mainly on the outside, but certainly can run up the middle as well.
So they picked up 2.5 there. So 2nd down. We'll say 7 to go. A little bit of movement there. Parker looks for it. They'll fake to him. Rolls out to the right. Goes deep. Had a guy wide open.
Oh,
and he can't bring it in.
Oof.
He was open. Is that the big rig back
That's
there,
the
number
big boy.
89? He's
Yep,
like
number 89.
7
Noah
feet, 10
Feddersen.
inches.
6'9",
Oh,
219.
6'9".
I think the closest guy to him was Nick Gillick. He's not quite 6'9". He might
Nick's
be
pushing
6'7.5" or something. But
Yeah.
we
around 6
got to
feet.
watch for that. I mean, they want to throw to those tight ends, and they're going to roll them out. It's up to the safeties and the linebackers to have some responsibility there. Linebackers got to chuck them at the line. The safeties got to pick them up when they get into the flats.
3rd and 7 here.
Good fill.
Nice.
Good fill.
Nice tackle. Caught him at the line of scrimmage there.
Excellent
Hudson
job
shuts him
that
down.
time. That was Jacob Hansen. We just mentioned him playing middle linebacker tonight. Good fill.
4th down coming up. A great tackle there. Well, it looks like they are going to.
Good containment that time, too, by number 54, Owen Marnell. He's a junior playing outside linebacker. He did a really nice job last year, I thought, on special teams. It's good to see him in there. And on the other outside linebacker spot, you got Austin Mead, of course, returning from a big injury last year.
Big 4th down here, going for it. 4th and 7. Call a timeout over on the Menomonie side here. We'll regroup.
Menomonie.
So we talked
Interesting.
about this a little bit in the pregame,
Right?
too, right? I
Yeah.
said, watch Labuda, because this buys him a little extra time, probably getting in communication with his box, the press box, the coach's box, and he's looking for a mismatch.
Sure.
This is a big play. He realizes he can kind of go down, score, get some momentum, burn a timeout here. If you get the 1st down, you keep the ball.
Sure. And you're in great field position. So So again, 4th and 7 coming up out of the timeout here. I'd like to quick make a mention during halftime. We're going to stick around during the halftime. Going to catch the marching band. We'll catch the Raiders performance. And, we'll see what else happens during halftime. It'll be a good show. Big 4th down coming up.
Yep. So here we go. They got the wideouts. Got to get some pressure on.
Call drops it down the right side.
There we go.
Somebody
All
open.
right. Good stop.
We'll turn it over on downs. We'll take that.
Turnover on downs.
Nice coverage that time. I think we had Brandon Descharme, number 36. Made a nice play. Had good coverage on that. When you get towards the sideline, if you can pin that receiver on that side, that doesn't give a big target for the quarterback to throw to. So that was an excellent play.
Mr. Owen Anderson will lead his team back onto the field here. Kind of a little bit of a tug of war there on the field position. We got the ball now.
I'll tell you what, the defense has to feel pretty good. Here comes Bounting.
Nice run. Bounting takes a shot there. Picked up a couple, about 3.
Bounting on the carry.
Yeah, you got to feel good when you give up the ball inside your 30-yard line and your defense holds. Offense has got to pick it up here, and let's try to have the ball for a little bit, get a nice sustained drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent. Excellent job by RD there. So 2nd down, 7 to go. We'll roll it out the other way. Quick pitch out, number
nice
4
block.
with it. Nice move.
Here
he goes.
There we
Bounting.
go. There we go.
Gets up 5, 10, 15.
Bounting on the
carry. 18 yards there. That was a big
17. One. First down, Raider.
You heard it. First down, Hudson. Nice job bouncing it to the outside there. Had some good blocks.
I'll tell you what, I like Troy Bounting out there. He's quick. He's a tough kid.
Junior.
Saw him at the scrimmage and wasn't afraid to go out and knock some heads when he runs the football. So that's great. That was a great lead block. I don't know if that was Hunter Danielson or Zach Kokendorfer, but somebody got out there and made a nice block.
Couple hockey players there. Flags are flying. Looks like Christmas time at my place.
There's another flag right there.
They're throwing
Looks like
them all
he put
over.
it right on his face
Anderson
mask.
on the keeper. Flag on the play.
I'll get the call here. So it's going to be on Hudson.
Yeah, it looked like a legal procedure. 2 backs moving at the same time in the backfield.
That'll do it. So back them up
Legal
to
brings us 1st and 15.
the 38 of Hudson here. 1st and 15 yards to go. Well, we'll dial up one of those 1st and 15 plays.
Well, you got to have a few in your back pocket there.
Coach Cowles has a couple.
Yeah. Page Z of the playbook.
That's right. You know what? Just bite off a chunk here. You don't have to get them all right now.
Exactly.
Handoff right up the middle, I believe. Hunter Danielson with that one. He picked up about 2. Hunter Danielson, number 5 for Hudson. Fullback, is that right?
Yep, Hunter's a fullback.
He's a big guy. We call him a big rig when we call hockey.
Yep.
Go into the corner with him with your head down. You're going to be in trouble. Tough guy. Going back to the shotgun. Looks out to his right. Oh, just overthrew him. Head number 4 over there in the flats. That was Bounting.
Pass, bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, just airmailed that one a little bit. I'm sure everybody's got a little bit of that, maybe nerves, a little bit of adrenaline pumping right now. First game of the season. Everybody's been dying to play, right?
You know, and a lot of these kids play spring sports, so obviously those were canceled. Everybody's amped up for this game. You know, I think you just got to relax. Remember, it's 4 quarters, one play at a time.
That's right. Can't win it in the first quarter. He drops back to pass. Ooh, I think they're trying to set up a screen there, and nice defensive play there. One of the big boys on the line got the arm up. I think that might have been number 74. That's Jones. So 4th down coming up. Kicking team will make their way out onto the field. Was I seeing that right? A little screen being set up on the left side there?
Yeah, they snuffed that right out. That was lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Well, and he
You
had
like it when
nothing
those
but
big linemen tip it up in the air. They're not fast enough to usually get to it. But
I think I can.
yeah.
Nice little punt. So it'll be taken at
Good punt,
they'll
good
let
roll.
it roll out. Nice. Hudson gets a
Herink on the punt that time.
decent little bounce down to the 24-yard line.
Well, let's see if the defense can bounce back
And the
and do the
Mustangs
same
take
thing they
over
did that
at their
last
own
drive,
23.
hold Menomonie to 3 yards and a 4 and out.
Yeah, great job on that first stand they had. We're getting a little bit of a crowd on the other side of the fence down at the, I guess it'd be the southern end of the field. Menomonie out onto the field here. Call with it now. He looks back, drops this one off. It's a
No,
handoff.
good job again. I think they're going to get a hold on that as well. Hudson had great pursuit.
Nice.
Defensive line got in there. Linebackers
By
filled.
Austin Meade.
Typically, if you see
Flag on the
something
play.
like that where Hudson's on top of them, it's usually
Got
a
a hold.
holding.
Whoa.
Yards.
The ref's getting a little hot there. Got a hold. 10 yards. All right, that'll move them back 10. So we'll put 10 and 10. That even my math works there. That's 20 yards. First and
Now Menomonie
20.
will repeat first down.
Give that one more try. Well, we like the direction that that play was working. Going the other direction if you're a Hudson fan.
I'd like to see a turnover for Hudson here. Let's turn the ball over.
That'd be fun.
Get it down here on their side. Nice play again.
Handoff up
it
the
was
gut. Oh, no,
contained.
going around the outside. Picked up about 9 there. Nice job. Looked like he was going up the middle with the misdirection there, but
He had
went
me
around
faked
that
out.
far side, far right side.
Somebody wrapped up that fullback, and all of a sudden, call popped out and got outside for a gain of about 8, it looked like.
I'd like to say a special hello and thanks for joining us, all the Menomonie fans out there. I know if I'm a parent, I'd love to be watching live, but at least we've got some technology nowadays where we can stream this stuff. So appreciate you guys tuning in out there. Little tomfoolery on that far side there. I'm not sure who was jumping. The
Well, the blue team's clapping, so
it must be on the white team then. They're in trouble. Little movement on the line there, so
typically those pre-snap penalties are going to be on the offense just because the defense can still move around the offense once they're set.
False start
They're
of
kind of
Menomonie
dead in the
brings-
water.
Brings up first and 17.
I'd like to throw a quick shout out to a couple of my good friends that were playing golf on my team today. We played at the Hudson Hockey Charity Golf Tournament. Chris Jansen, Jeff Tierstig.
Timeout Mustang.
Nice job today, both of you. You guys were a couple aces on that team. Came close to taking her down, but a couple shots shy.
20 under? My
20.
gosh, that's pretty good, though. But the only guy I know that's ever shot 20 under at Kilcarney is Frank Anderson from Spooner, Wisconsin.
Now, is
Yeah,
that
he lives in Hudson now, but
the Frank Anderson? I think I might know him.
you've heard of him?
I have.
You
He,
probably remember it's way back in Spooner, Heart of the North football lore. He made one of the greatest catches in high school history, one-handed catch
Whoa.
under the lights. Well, a light, I guess. I don't remember them having too
It's
many lights.
Spooner. I mean, come on. This isn't Hayward.
Yeah. And to this day, it's been about 30 years. The 25 or 30 people that were there watching the game actually remember that. So
No way, really?
yeah, absolutely.
Frank
So
Anderson.
Frank's a hero to about 30 people. Okay, here we go. Got it covered.
Big pass. Wow, did he
Good
air that
coverage,
out?
good oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. That was not a good call, I don't think. He put a hand on his shoulder and,
The ball was overthrown.
yeah.
Maury just kind of got out there, extended his hands, but really, I don't know that that's a penalty you can call in that spot.
Gosh, no.
I'm thinking he's picking it up.
Yeah, he might be.
Pass interference,
Oh,
15
my.
yards.
Wow.
Going to be a first down.
Well, Frank Anderson happens to be a buddy of mine. I know him from
I'm
hockey.
sorry.
His son,
That's too
Zach.
bad.
Zach played on my son's team. He's a pretty good dude.
I'm teasing Frank. No,
I-
he is a good guy, and in fact, we went to high school together, and that's why I give him a little grief about that. So,
Oh, Frank
well,
Anderson. Those Andersons kind of run that Spooner, best I can tell.
Well, Anderson's pretty much run every town, don't they? I think that's the most people. They're all cousins. There you go. Nice play defense.
Nice D there. Good stop on the line of scrimmage. That'll bring second and about 9.
Tackled by a host of Hudson Raiders.
Oh, yeah, we were out hunting one year over in Spooner with Frank and his crew, and everywhere you go, it's like, oh, that's my cousin, that's my brother, that's my aunt, that's my uncle.
Yeah.
Anywhere he went.
That's true.
He's connected like Legos out there. It's great.
That's true. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm watching the middle of that line, and Holden Lukens is really doing a good job. He's kind of pounding on the left side of that line.
Yeah.
There he goes again. Got blocked out of that play.
Woo.
Nice fill that time.
Picked up 1, maybe 2 there as they bounce that one out to the right side. Not a lot of room inside there right now.
So what you like to see out of your linebackers is you want to see them what they call running downhill. So you don't want them on their heels. When you see it's a run play, you got to fill those spots, run downhill, make those tackles. So far today, Hudson's doing a great job filling on the run.
3rd and 7 here. Call back in the shotgun now. He takes this one, looks for a pass, goes left side. He's got a big man. Nice tackle. Wrap him up. Nice help. Excellent support there. Is Hudson in on the tackle. Did get the first down, though, but.
Tackle by number 14, Jordan Span.
All right, move the chains. There we go.
It's a big target, number 11 for Menomonie.
Yeah.
6'5", 204. That's Brock Thornton. Saw him in warm-ups. It looks like he's got some pretty good hands. That time they split him out. I think I've seen a couple times where they've had him on the line of scrimmage playing a tight end.
Yeah, big guy. Call right under center now. He'll hand this one off. Nope, he'll keep it.
Nice
Try to run
job
around the
getting up the
outside.
line that time. I don't know if that was Evan Tyler. Yep, that was Evan Tyler. Lined up on the right side, followed the run, made the tackle.
Tackled by number 18.
Picked
Evan
up a
Tyler.
couple there, so it'll be second down, about 7.5, 8 to go. Call right under center again. Kind of a faster tempo going right now.
Yep. Get back there,
Tricky.
D.
Wow, floats one out to the right side. Nothing doing. So they switched up the QB on that last one. Number 15 came in, Steyer. Call got the call out.
So it looks like playing nose guard tonight's number 95 Sam Stokeman.
Yep.
Just trying to see who's on the line there. You've got Tyler, Lukens, and I was wondering who the middleman was. He's kind of sandwiched between a couple big guys.
Yeah.
But he's doing a good job tonight, too. I mean, they're not able to run the ball up the middle.
Call back on a third down here.
That's a
Takes
hold.
some time, goes up
there
the
you
middle.
go, Holden. Good fill.
Nice tackle. Picked up maybe a yard. That'll be fourth down. I would think the kicking team will come out now. You never
Defense
know,
is
though.
playing really good right
They
now.
are. They are.
I mean, they're playing aggressive. They're not getting fooled on the fakes.
Yep. Nice snap. Kicks very low. A little tumbler hits at the 27-yard line. They'll let that one wobble out of bounds at the 23. Defense doing a great job on that stop, like you had mentioned, Darren.
At the 23, and the Raiders will take over.
Well, defensive struggle so
A
far.
little bit of back and forth D action here.
Or offensive struggle, whatever you want to call it. I think it's important. Again, we talked about the running game. We had the nice long run by Bounting. I think Hunter Danielson's only carried the ball once. Don't be afraid to go at it a couple times up the middle here, even if you do it in a row.
That's right. Anderson hands this one on off. Nice up the middle. Wow,
Nice
just
run.
a pounding run up the middle.
Zach Kokendorfer Jr. that time.
The middle by
Mr. Kokendorfer, another hockey player.
Yeah.
Boy, Cokes just put his head down and just rambled on through. Looked like he was on the verge of falling, but just plowing through players the whole way.
That's what you got to do.
Nice
What's
job.
Chris Berman say? Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. He
like
says it
that.
a little bit more emphatically than I do. But
Yeah. It's a second down, and looks like about a half a yard to go here. Real close. A little bit of a
so
conversation.
again, nothing wrong here. Second and short.
Yep.
Don't have to get fancy. Let's just try to keep running the ball, mix it up.
Anderson, a little bit of a high snap, pitches
There
it
you go.
over.
Kokendorfer
Here we go.
again.
Kokendorfer again.
pops to
He's
the
got a blocker.
outside.
Kokendorfer, nice stiff arm.
Nice.
Wow, makes another one miss.
There you
Kokendorfer. Huge run by
Zach
Cokes.
Kokendorfer.
Wow. Making a miss.
Enough for another Hudson
Left
Raider.
and right.
First down.
A little bit of a stiff arm, a little bit of shake and bake. It's all Kokendorfer.
Really nice run. Patience, got to the outside, saw that he had Parker coming up trying to fill, stopped, set his feet, Parker over pursued, and he ran around for another 5 or 6 yards.
Nice play. That's probably our most action we've had on offense so far on either side. Anderson with it now. Takes a look left. Ooh, he's going to air this one out right.
Oh, he's
Got
open.
a guy. Oh, my goodness. That was number 3, Hernick.
Pass intended for Carter Herring. Incomplete.
Tell you what, that's a good time to take that. The safety kind of cheated in the middle a little bit.
Yeah.
You got Carter Herring over there, 6'5", going against a shorter DB. They had a nice fake, ran that receiver in motion, and then Carter had a one-on-one on this side.
I didn't know he was 6'5" over there. My
Big
goodness.
boy.
He is a big, big guy.
Another
So
one of the
second and 10
mullet
here.
heads we were talking about.
Oh, we're going to get proof of that online soon. They run one right up the gut, stopped at the line. It'll bring 3rd and 10.
Kokendorfer up the middle for no gain.
So we mentioned earlier Bounting. I can see them putting him out in the out for a pass out in the flats.
Sure.
He's a quick guy. They keep running him in motion on these plays. Eventually, that's setting something up, whether it's a fake and then he goes out in the flats or even a little wheel route. I would expect that at some point this game because he's quick enough to probably beat those linebackers.
Sure. Number 4, Troy Bounting. Watch him on the near side now. Anderson back in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looks off to his left, takes a pitch there, out. Picked up about 5, 6.
So this might be 4-down territory here.
Hunter
Got to believe it
Dennington.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly aren't going to kick a field goal from here.
No, sir.
And the way your defense is playing, obviously,
Yeah.
you got to have a little faith in that too.
You gotta have faith. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I digress. So 4th and 5 here. Big play for the Raiders.
Again, Herring singled up over here.
It's a good call out. A man in motion.
Looking for the hard count.
He's coming back to the sidelines here. He's looking
Coach
for
Calls
something.
might call a timeout here too, unless he's got something else dialed up.
Yep, timeout will be called. All right, we'll take a timeout here. Talk about things.
If nothing else, what this drive did, again, it builds a little momentum. You've eaten some clock off.
For sure.
That first drive, I don't remember if the fumble happened on the first play. It was first or second. So,
Yep.
boom, you're out. Defense makes a stop. Next time we had the ball, I think we had 1 first down. But then, obviously, the drive stalled. I think this is great. Let's dial up a good play here. Get it to one of your playmakers on the outside and see what you can do.
We like it. 2:47 left to go in the first quarter. Getting big 4th down coming up here. It's 4th and 6.
Oh, well.
Carter Herring.
Oh,
So much for that.
so take that back. Take it back. You can't hold us to anything. We're just talking up here, just hanging out.
That's why we do this. We know everything.
That's
so
right,
we can
that's
just
right.
tell them what we think they should do.
Big snap back. Nicely done.
It's
Nice
another
kick.
nice punt.
Fair
Got to get
catch.
on it,
Oh,
guys.
nice. Pin him deep. Wow, what a great grab by Hudson. Looks like they're going to pin him around the
Down at the 4.
3rd or 4th. 4th is what they're going to call.
Mustangs will take over at their own
Great kick, eh?
Great kick. Absolutely.
What a beauty.
Yeah, it
that's
gets
what you need.
confusing. Even on kickoffs, now you can do a fair catch on a kickoff.
Oh, is that right?
But on those punts, the receivers putting their hand up, the guys coming down, the gunners are looking for that guy. They got to remember, hey, the ball, you got to track the ball too. And that was a great job picking that up before it got into the end zone.
That's going to be really tricky to running at full steam. Ball, player, right? What's the player doing?
Well, this would be another good time for our defense to shut them down.
Huge.
Flip the field here.
Huge. We'll hand this off. Nope, faked
Going
me
deep.
out.
Oh, he's open
Quick
too.
fire. Wow,
Whoa.
just missed. Nice little bullet down the right side. Had him by a stride or two on that right side. That is a tall drink of water.
That's Thornton again.
Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, he's huge.
Well, and again, they're going to line him up at tight end and run formations. It's not that they're not going to run him out in a pattern in that when he's in that, but once he's out, split out, you better realize that it's probably going to get thrown to him, or he's at least going out into the pattern.
Call under center here. He'll keep
Keeper,
this one going around the left side. Call with it. Tries to cut up. He makes one man miss. Makes another one. Nice little run. He'll pick up the first down there.
Call on the keeper.
Boy, we had him a couple yards deeper than that. I'll say that much, but
Gain of 11.
couldn't wrap him up. So 1st and 10 as they reset the chains on the far side. Call with a nice keeper for Menomonie to get him to move the chains there.
Thornton split out again.
Oh,
Morey's
guard.
cheating to that side.
Call back. He'll take the snap.
They're going
Sets
to him.
up, going to the right side. Wow, not even close. That one hit the dirt about 5 feet in front of the receiver.
Call on the pass. Incomplete.
Call lost his mouthpiece right before he took the snap.
Did he?
He dug it out of the dirt, threw it back in. Boop, ball's in his hands. It's going to throw off your timing a little bit, maybe.
Well, you got now this year they've got masks,
Right.
mouth guards,
Right.
face shields. So just add that to the shoulder pads, knee pads,
I know.
helmets, everything else you got to wear.
How do we breathe again?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? My gosh. 2nd and 10 here. Call fakes the handoff to the left, rolls out to the right.
Get out there, get
Call,
out there,
he's
Tyler.
got a pursuer on him. Woo, just dumps this one on that far side.
Got a
Nice
flag
D.
on the play.
Flag on the play.
Good defense there by Hudson to keep him scrambling.
Well, that happened in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
That came from the back judge. I'm not sure if there was something that he saw on that pattern.
Oh, looks like they're moving.
Got a hold. 10-yard penalty.
Translate that.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, we talked about Parker in the pregame. He hasn't really hurt us yet. Raiders have done a good job of containing him on the run. Man,
Wow,
I
what
tell
a
you
chuck.
what, those guys are getting behind our DBs, and they're
Pass
big
intended for
receivers.
Feddersen.
It's been about 3 pass plays so
Incomplete pass
far.
brings up
Call has
2nd and
just
10.
missed them. I'm not sure if we're getting a chuck on those guys at the line of scrimmage or what, but they're getting down the field pretty quick. Menomonie's not afraid to throw the ball either. I mean, I don't know what the mix is so far, but I got to believe they've probably thrown as much as they've run. Again, they see something that they like out there. They're splitting out number 89 again, and Thornton on the top of the screen.
Drops back. This is the
Got to fill.
nice tackle there. Picked up just a couple. Hey, Adam, will you do me a quick favor? Will you zoom in on the back of the Hudson helmets for me? Just one of them would do. Yep.
Another big
You got
third down
time.
play here. Got 3rd and 8.
Perfect. Thank you. So big 3rd down here. 3rd and 8 to go. Minute on the clock in that first quarter. Shotgun snap. Hudson in pursuit. Here they come. Backside. Oh, jumps out of bounds. Looks like he might have.
I'm not sure where the spot is. He might be a little short on that play. Looks like he's about 2 yards short. So they're certainly trying to pass the ball. That time it looked like they had trips on the top of the screen. Our side, we had 2 receivers. They wanted to go to this side. I think that was Thornton again on this side.
Sure. Little timeout called by Menomonie. So, Adam, one more time on the helmet. There's a tribute to a past player that's on the helmets, I believe. If you could just zoom in one more time for me. Tight on the back of the Hudson helmet. That'd be awesome. As tight as we're going to get over there. Thank you, sir.
Well, I haven't checked my watch, but this seems like it's been a pretty long quarter. We're at 7:32.
It might be because it's been kind of defensive in nature, right?
It has.
Not a lot
yeah,
of
I mean, and you think about it, now they're going for it on 4th down. We've had a couple 3rd, 4th downs.
Sure.
So they're, with the exception of a 1 play, 2 plays, it's been kind of grind here. Grind out the yards. A lot of missed passes over the top for Menomonie.
All right, big 4th down here. 4th and 1 to go. They're stacking them up in there.
Right
up the
boy,
middle.
Good Phil.
What a push by
Excellent
Hudson.
Phil.
Woo! That gets
Great
a Ric
job.
Flair woo.
The Hudson Raiders defense.
I'm not sure on that play. I didn't see it, but it looked like, yep, we ran a blitz on that play. Looked like that came on the left side. Great job. Great Phil.
Nice job, D.
Boy, it sure doesn't look close enough for a measurement from here, but
The coaches behind us are saying, celebrate, coaches.
got to bring the juice. Here comes the measurement. This will be a huge stop for Hudson if they can get the ball back here.
Well, just by eyeballing it, looks like we're good, but we'll see.
Excellent.
Woo!
Defense is really stepping up tonight. Great job on that play.
First
Filling,
down,
making the
Raiders.
tackle.
Couple quick score updates from around the league here. New Richmond and Rice Lake are tied up at 14. Chippewa Falls and River Falls. River Falls on top, 6-0.
Yeah, New Richmond's the new team to the Big Rivers this year.
Yeah.
Kind of a, I guess, baptism by COVID.
Like COVID.
And, of course, River Falls is back playing this year as well. So should be fun. New Richmond's got a great new stadium up there they should be proud of. I'm sure they're real happy to get their first home game there.
Pitch out to that left side. Nice move. Here we go. Kokendorfer gets drugged down from behind. Picked up about 12. Kokendorfer.
So that play was extended by the wide receiver, Grant Jamison. He was outside, split left, and actually gave Zach about 3 or 4 more yards with a good block on the perimeter.
First down, Raiders.
So far, I like Kokendorfer and Bounting, huh?
Yeah.
Doing a good job, getting to the outside, got a little speed.
Yeah, fun duo to watch tonight. Anderson back in the shotgun. First down here for the Raiders. 37 seconds on the clock. Man in motion. Right up the middle, that's Cokes. Stumble and rumble and jump over the pile. Picks up a couple. And Kokendorfer, is he a...
He's junior.
Yeah, got it. Oh, the kids, they grow up so quick, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Gosh.
I think I told you last year, a lot of these kids, especially the juniors and the seniors, obviously, because my son's a senior, but
yeah,
the juniors as well, coached them through boosters, and then when we got to middle school, we'd split between 7th and 8th grade and do some scrimmaging. And
That's the end of the first
it's fun
quarter.
to see them. I'm glad they're still playing.
Yeah.
Even this year, we had some kids that haven't played for a few years decide to come out, and I'm sure a lot of that had to do with they're just tired of being cooped up at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their
Ready to get out.
spring sports got canceled. Summer was a lot different than your normal senior summer year should be.
Right.
So
Oh, it's fun to see the fresh faces out here. So the second quarter will get underway here. We'll march the markers down, the chains down that far side.
So do you think if we fired up the YMCA here on the loudspeaker, we could get the parents to get up and do a little YMCA?
I think so. I mean, we probably have 100 parents here.
I'll put in a request at halftime. See what we can get done. We'll get the Macarena for you. You can do that.
You know, I know. How did you know I know that? You just looked at me and you knew, right?
I figured.
Actually, I don't. I wish. There were times when I was younger where I was like, I wish I knew these line dances, but now I'm like, glad I never knew those line dances. I was always the guy that was, having fun, but pumping into everybody, like trying my best, so. Smiling a whole bunch.
I was a break dancer back in my day.
Oh, I could see
Spit
that.
on my head.
Electric Boogaloo? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see you breaking
That's why
it
I'm
down.
so short.
Oh,
You just kept hitting the floor
Neck
too hard.
compressions. Oh, yeah. I actually used to be able to do the worm.
Oh, there you go.
I know that's not a
I'd
lot,
like to
but
see
it's
that.
not nothing.
You got a nice new track down here. You can go down there and do the worm.
I could probably still do it with my belly nowadays. It kind of helps me get going. Miss Kokendorfer has made her way up to the booth. What's that?
Oh, we're getting it right on here. So go back, and you can. We'll get it fixed for you at halftime.
2nd and 9 here. Hudson keeps this one.
Good keeper.
Nice
Get
shot.
going,
Here we go.
Up the field. There you go.
And touchdown. Owen Anderson with the keeper. Boo! Yeah.
Excellent play that time.
Raiders!
Just a little draw play to the quarterback, Owen Anderson. Had a great hole up the middle. Ben Stelsner at the center. I think we got Hartwig playing guard. Those guys did a great job. Zach Dewey, great hole there for Owen. It's a good way to finish that drive and start the second quarter.
Go to the replay here. Right up the gut. Look at that young man go. Nice job.
Tough snap that time.
I missed it. I was dorking
That's
around
all right.
with the
Nope.
production over here. What
Set
happened?
a high snap. Owen couldn't get it down. Fumbled it a little bit. That's all right. Touchdown.
We'll take it.
Hudson's first on the board. Big game in the conference tonight, so that's a great way to get points off of a nice long drive.
I'm going to hit the replay up again. You
Kind
ready?
of stumbled a little bit in that first half on a couple drives. Defense kept him in it. Let's see if we can keep that momentum. Let's keep our defense, keep that intensity high.
Oh, that was awesome. All right, back to live sports here. Here we go. What was Miss Kokendorfer saying? We're screwing up their name?
It's just the announcers up there.
Got it. We can only manage our own booth, right?
Yeah, I have a hard enough time babysitting myself sometimes.
I know. Yeah, I put myself in timeout most of the time, but, All right, well, that was a sweet replay here at the River Channel, RaidersStreaming.com. You got to like it. So 6 on the board. Hudson draws first blood. They liked when they flip-flopped the field there, I think. That was a great play by Mr. Owen Anderson.
That's going to drop. Get in there and cover.
19.
That's a live ball.
Bounces around. He makes his way out to the right. Picks up about 5 of them out to the 24. Alrighty, first down coming up for Menomonie Mustangs here. See if our defense can continue what they got cooking right now. They've been looking great tonight.
And the Mustangs take over at their own 25.
So we'll see if Menomonie comes out like they were finishing up the first quarter, trying to throw the football. I think they went that last drive I think 1 run play and the rest were all pass. So
Little handoff, left side, picks up 5-6, stumbles forward for about 8 or 9. Wow. Good finish to that run by the Mustangs.
Parker, very patient that time.
Austin Meade.
Got behind his blockers. Just kind of found his way for 10 yards.
So first down for the Mustangs here. Call hands this one off again. Right up
come
the
on,
gut.
guys.
Wow, missed a couple. Wow, 15, 20-yard run there. Boy, that left side, he was just bouncing off players left and right. Nobody putting a good tackle on him, and he
They've gone that direction twice.
picked up
Missed tackles.
a boatload.
Just like that.
Yep, they're over at midfield. So on the 44, this is
They come up
Menomonie
the line
again.
of scrimmage quick.
Runs up quick.
Quick handoff, same side.
Call to 5. On up, that's Brewer. Well, they see something they're liking over there right now. They're
Yeah, they are.
definitely running at it. So Brewer on the carry there, picked up about 8 yards. Second down, I don't know, couple, 2, 3. Mustangs run up to the line again. Call.
On the same
Handoff,
side.
yep, again. Picks his way through a couple Hudson players there, made it up over the 35-yard line, and good for a first down.
So they're going right off a left tackle,
Tackled
letting
by
the
a few
back
Hudson
kind of
Raiders.
receive it or read it, and then decide if they're going to pop out. I'm not sure if our linebackers are getting bumped outside there or what's happening, but middle linebackers got to fill.
Little pitch
Same
out
side
to the
again.
left side again.
That's better.
Good tackle. Picked up just a couple on that one. So second down and
Parker
7
on the
here.
Carry. Tackle by Nick Gillick.
Adam, when you get a chance, you got to get a quick film of our student
Austin
section
Meade.
down outside the fence there when we get a chance. I'd like to say a quick shout out to Onset Apparel, one of our platinum sponsors here tonight. Has outfitted the entire group with our polo shirts with Raiders streaming on them. Big pass coming out to the right side here, hits him in the flat. Nice tackle by Hudson, picked up 6 on the play here. We'll get a third down and real short.
Brandon
Couple
Morey
inches.
And Braden
First down.
Ducharme on the tackle.
Ran
Well-
a fake to that left side. They'd probably run 5-6 plays in a row there. Ran a nice fake. Back came out of the backfield and was wide open in the flats.
Ooh.
There they go again, left
Hand
side.
off again, left side. Getting on it that time. A bit better than we had.
Parker on the carry for a short gain.
Parker on the carry.
Tackle by Jacob
Picked up just a
Jensen.
couple there. Again, I was going to say a huge thank you to Onsite Apparel, the home of the Raider Clothing Company. They have set up the Raider Streaming River Channel crew, myself, Adam, and Aaron. Up we were some great polos with our logo on them. And more goodies to come this year. I think I'm getting
good.
a new shirt for the crew up here. We'll see. So Menomonie lines up here, 2nd and 8 to go. Fakes the handoff, pass coming. He airs it out to the left side. Flag thrown, caught in the back corner. We'll see. We got a flag on the field. They're signaling a touchdown in that back left corner of the end zone. Flag on us, you
Just
think?
a great pass that time.
Yeah.
Where the flag was thrown, it looks like a hold on Hudson. I'm not sure. I think that was, again, Thornton. Finally got the ball to him. They've sure been trying to kind of catch him in that corner
Defensive
one-on-one.
interference. Decline.
Defensive interference on that one. Yeah, great throw, though. My
Very good
goodness.
throw.
Right on the money, right over the Raider there, and a great catch as well. So 6-6 right now. Get the extra point attempt by the Mustangs.
Well, certainly that was Menomonie's best drive, and they got back to their running game.
Yeah.
Finished it off with the pass, but
just pounding us through midfield there. They really did a good job. It's that chess game that is football, right? Figure out.
They're going to hold, 10-yard, touchdown's good. They're going to put it on the kickoff.
Going to put it on the kickoff. Okay. Kicks up, and it is good. So Menomonie up by 1. That's interesting. I would have thought with that hold, you just decline it, and it wouldn't be on the kickoff. But
yeah, I mean, there's some different rules in high school. That's one that I wasn't aware of, that you can take that penalty and apply it on the kickoff. So obviously what's going to happen, Menomonie's going to get the move the ball up, kickoff probably closer to the 50 here. So, well, now it's time for Hudson to respond. They had a nice drive last time. I think with the exception of that last Menomonie drive, Hudson's looked a little sharper on offense. A little chaos going out there on the Hudson sideline. First game of the year, guys forget where they're playing. So.
So the kicking team will come out for the Mustangs here. Hudson gets back in the receiving formation here. Maury is number 21, deep in the end zone here. Again, from the 50 is where we'll go from. Ref's like, kick it down that way, down there.
Yeah.
Yep, down that way. Yep, okay. That way.
Well, this kid put it in the end zone the last time. Now he's 12 yards closer. So I got to believe it's going to, unless he pooches it, it's probably going to fly into the end zone again.
Yeah, he's got a leg on him. The sideline for Menomonie definitely pumped up after that score. Bit of a low kick. That's there. They'll catch that one at the 4.
Bouncing, I think.
Bouncing. Now he cuts out left. Now towards the center. Wow, what a great run back by Bounting. Out to the 30-yard line.
10 Raiders.
Excellent, excellent job. Weaving his way through traffic. We'll take it. So first down for Hudson on the 30 here. Mr. Anderson will lead his team out onto the field.
So they've been running Troy Bounting in motion a lot tonight. That's eventually going to be a jet sweep.
Pass out to the near side here. Nice catch by Lewis. We get tackled immediately. Pick up of a couple.
Lewis on the catch.
Picked up about 2.5, 3 there.
Tackle by Peyton Wayne.
I like that quarterback run that we had the last time. Wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more option, maybe giving Owen Anderson an opportunity to make a decision to keep the ball. He had a couple games last year where he really ran well.
A throw out to that right side, tackled immediately. Yeah, that play where they ran Owen up the middle. He made a couple moves and just whoop, gone.
Menomonie's doing a good job on these short passes. You can kind of tell as they line up on the receivers, if they're within 5 yards or closer, they're going to be able to collapse on that play pretty quick.
Sure.
So Hudson's got to be maybe looking beyond the line of scrimmage, get either run an out pattern or try to get something across the middle, a slant or a post. Big play here. Be nice to keep the ball for a little longer, keep Menomonie's offense off the field.
3rd and 7 coming up for Hudson. On their own 32 and a quick timeout called. Coach Cowles will head out onto the field there and talk it over with his team real quick. Well, another quick shout out to one of our favorite sponsors in town, Ethos Performance. Dan and Nate over right on the riverfront there. Their workout facility literally looks out over the St. Croix River. These guys do a great job down there, whether it's personal training, physical therapy. Got some great classes after school for high school age kids, some early and late classes for the adults. Some great guys out there. That facility is just To borrow a term from the old days, it's mint. Absolutely mint over there. All right, big third down play here. Yeah, all their weights are new. I mean, it's just a great setup down there. Really cool. Run a man in motion. Anderson drops back. Little handoff there. Has he got some room? He does.
Nice play. Get up there. Get up
10.
there, Theron.
No, first down. Nice job.
Excellent
Theron
draw
with some
play that
wheels.
Theron Haynes. The delay.
Theron, I used to coach that kid in squirt hockey back in the day.
First down.
I mean,
he
had plenty of wide open space to run that time. You saw Menomonie pressing those receivers, obviously expecting a pass downfield.
Sure.
Receivers cleared out. Line of scrimmage kind of let the defense come in, and then Owen handed off to Theron, and great 12-yard run that time. Good call.
Well, first down now for Hudson. Handoff up the middle. Zach Kokendorfer, just a couple there. I'll tell you, Theron, when I coached him back in the day, he was one of those players that felt like he had a heart of a lion. He just gave you everything he had when he was on the ice, and obviously in football as well. He's just a heck of an athlete.
He's a fun kid.
Big guy, my gosh. I coached him years ago in squirts. Ran into him last year. I'm like looking up like, hey, Theron, how you doing?
They turn into men real quick, don't they?
Big dude, yeah. Bit of a high snap there,
There we go. Get outside.
Run it over. That's
Nice.
Hunter.
There
He
you
gets
go,
around
Hunter.
Hunter.
Here we go.
Over the
Get going,
40.
Hunter.
Over the 30.
Wheels.
Hunter over the 25, 20.
There you go.
Still stumbling inside the 10. Hunter Danielson. Woo!
Scampers for another Hudson Raider first down.
Hunter absolutely just working his way down that far sideline.
Anderson
what a run.
did a great job that time extending that play, getting outside. Made that defender on the outside crash on him, made the pitch. Hunter just had to beat that linebacker corner on the outside. He had the speed, about a 30-yard, 40-yard gain that time. We got to punch it in right here.
Yep, make them pay here. Owen with the snap. He's got a couple guys out to the left. Pitches it over.
That's Bounty.
Cuts on up. Bounting over the 5 to the
Excellent.
2. Reaches out. Fumbles it in. I'm not sure. They ruled it down, I think, at the half-yard line.
I like the idea. I think if you fumble on the 1 yard line, your coach is going to have you running wind sprints and belly burners.
That's not a play we draw up in the books?
No. Like the effort, though, and a great job that time. I don't know which lineman it was. That might have been Matt Busher that jumped on the loose ball, so
nice. Great
heads-up play. Now it's time to punch it in. We're at the 1 yard line.
All
Looks
right,
like Menomie's got a big boy right up the middle there, number 78.
Looks like two guys. He's huge.
6'4", 321.
Owen hands it off. Hunter. No!
Nice.
He kept it.
Touchdown.
Woo!
There you go.
Owen, he fooled us all. What a great play that was. Oh, my goodness. Let's check out the replay on that one here. Oh, he just kept it.
No, I know, but there's a penalty flag.
Oh, I'm sorry.
On the play.
Whoop. Going back to live. They called a penalty on us, I guess. Sorry, running production over here.
We have an inadvertent whistle. All right, we're going to replay the down.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
That was an out loud, oh, come on. But, come on, man.
Wow.
Woo.
I can't imagine.
Inadvertent whistle.
It was from crowd noise that made him blow his whistle.
Nope. It was something in the lights, I think. I don't know.
Well, that was a great design play.
It was.
Poor Hunter took a beating.
Had me fooled.
Number 74 there, 5'10", 274, Gerard Jones came down the line and just smucked Hunter, but Owen did a great job tucking the ball away and getting around the end. Got to punch it in here, though.
Yep. So dial up your second goal play here. First one worked. Part 2. Oh, I heard a whistle. Was that inadvertent, or did they mean to do that?
That was the real deal.
Okay, I'm sorry. Getting smart there.
Oh, jeez.
Well, tried to pitch one into the end zone there to Mr. Danielson. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm
Third
not
down.
sure if that was designed as a pitch. Looked like Owen got trapped in the backfield, getting wrapped up. I think he just tried to throw a little pop pass.
Okay.
But
well, third down and literally inches to go here. Again, Menomonie's got the big rigs on the other side of the line there. Out, flag thrown, punches it in that far side. We'll see if it'll count or not.
Again, I think they're going to call procedure on Hudson.
There's a flag on play.
Had some early movement in that backfield.
Oh, this is frustrating. So we get a flag.
We got motion.
Yep,
Two
motion.
guys moving to the snap.
That actually was probably a good call.
Yeah.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Yep.
You just got to be careful back there as a back. If you start in motion, you have to stay in motion. And if
Right.
you have two guys moving at the same time, that's always going to be a penalty.
Illegal motion
I'm certainly
brings
not
up
going to
3rd
forgive
and
the
6.
inadvertent whistle because that's just
Well,
a
that was
poor,
inadvertent bad.
right.
Like, come on. Well, we are where we are right now. It's third down and 5.5 to go all of a sudden. After the motion penalty. Come on, boys. We can just grind
Well,
this one in. It'll be a moral
Right now,
victory.
again, I like Carter Herrick at the top of the screen. Big kid. Looks like we're coming this direction,
Here
though.
we go. Wrapped up, bouncing. Fourth down coming up. Didn't pick up much.
Motion brought down by Wayne.
Maybe lost a half.
Brings up 4th down.
Well, we're going to bring in the field goal squad. Looks like it. Spots down, kicks up. It's good.
Looks good. Nice boot.
All right, we'll take it.
Field goal is good by
Coming away with points there.
Yeah, I mean, certainly not what you wanted, especially
No.
when you had it punched it in the end zone and had a stupid thing like an inadvertent whistle. But
Well, let's hope that doesn't come back to be a thorn in our side.
at this point, that drive gave the defense a rest.
Yep.
They kind of got pounded that last Menomonie drive. Hopefully they'll make some adjustments, try to shut them down, and let's get the ball back one more time and see
That's
if we can't score.
That's right. Good time here. 5:11 in the second quarter. Coming up on 8 o'clock on the watch. Kind of a hazy night out here. You look at the lights. It's a little bit of humidity going on or what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's my glasses. Nope.
Check some scores here at the next
Yeah.
break. I just pulled up and
Yeah.
we'll get some updates on some scores.
Perfect.
I want to give a quick shout out to Yankton, South Dakota's own Brian Healy.
Ooh.
You know
Mr.
Brian?
Healy. I do.
Yeah, he was a stud football player back in the 80s for the Yankton Bucks. So say hello to Brian,
Hello, Brian.
Brian's family. Get in there, fill
Get
that,
him.
fill that.
Boy, they had the first touch on him. Gone up to the 38-yard line, though. Good run by the Mustangs.
Yeah, I don't know that time. Whoever was the first guy down for Hudson, the ball bounced, and
Tackle by Collar.
he just kind of over pursued. The guy caught it and watched him run right by, and then
Right.
moved ahead for 10 more
Start
yards.
their drive from the 38.
So Healy, a buddy from Hunting, or where do you know Mr.
Oh,
Healy?
yeah, I've known Luke Healy, of course, senior this year, basketball player. Brian
Stud on the team.
and I have been friends for quite some time through basketball is how it
Sure.
started.
Nice.
Again, they're going to that left side. Parker's just patiently waiting for those
Tackle by
blockers.
Kate Sundin.
And where we were getting some push in that first half, where we were getting some penetration, and all of a sudden we seem to be the ones getting pushed back.
Mr. Sundin on the tackle there.
I'd like to hear his name a little more tonight. All right, let's see
They'll line
if we
it up
can get
here.
a hold here.
2nd and 2 to go.
Same side. Fumble,
Oh,
fumble,
fumble,
get on
fumble.
it. There we go.
Hudson's all over it, they say. We'll see what the refs got.
Fumble on the
All right, I think that's
Hudson.
Austin Meade picking that football up.
Heck of the
There we
deal.
go.
Hudson.
Big time play. And I'll tell you what,
Cade Sundin on the
Cade
fumble
Sundin
recovery.
on the fumble recovery, Mr. Sundin. That might get the kid a milkshake tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they
Oreo
called the wrong
cookie?
number, but we'll watch the film tomorrow.
We'll see.
Anyway,
Oh, that's
heads up
funny.
play. That was a bad exchange back there. You could see it right away. Parker
Yep.
couldn't get a handle on it. He was kind of falling forward, bounced right into the line, and Hudson jumped on it. That's what we needed. We needed that stop. Now, if we can eat some clock and get a score here, that'd be a great way to finish the half.
4 1/4 to go in the second quarter. That's an offense to take the field again.
Looks like the crowd's building up there over on the wall. We'll have to get a scan of that at halftime.
Oh, it's so funny. Owen drops back, looking deep.
Oh, get there.
Get there. Oh, he made separation. Oh, my goodness. Wow, what an effort there. Jamison, I believe.
Well, that was a nice ball by Owen. Put it right on his fingertips. Jamison got behind the defense.
And then ball hit him. They hit him. I mean, there's a lot of
Yep. Those are
Incomplete.
tough
Good coverage.
ones.
2nd and 10.
That's the best ball Owen's thrown tonight. So I think maybe the jitters have worn off a little bit. He's starting to relax. Obviously, Owen's got a great arm. He's going to go play baseball next year at St. Cloud State.
really Husky.
Yep, he's going to be a Husky.
Nice.
So he's
Great
got the
program.
arm to play quarterback.
He'll keep it. Pitch
Good
it on
decision
over.
again. Get up there, Cokes.
Kokendorfer, nice
There
hit.
you go.
Kokendorfer lowers the boom, takes his man about 2-3 yards after contact. Nice job by Zach Kokendorfer, number 30.
Tackle by Celino.
So third down, about a pair to go. So 3rd and 2 here.
The option's working real well. Now we'll see. Last time we had it on 4th down, we ran it on the short side. Don't like that when you've got these short yardage plays, but the coaches maybe see something that they like.
Sure.
Rather probably go to the long side of the field. It gives the quarterback a little more time.
Keeper
There's a good
right up
sneak.
the middle. Anderson. Fumble. Ball recovered by Hudson. Oh,
Ooh, boy.
Oh, boy. Oh, man, he loses the football and a shoe there. It's a
That was
twofer.
Hunter, I think, that jumped on that
was.
ball.
It was. Good heads
So
up play by
Andrew
Mr.
Coffey
Danielson.
playing on the line. Andrew last year played some defense, but Andrew was playing on the offensive line. He did a great job leading that block. He was actually 10 yards down the field.
Mr. Anderson will tie the shoe that just came off there. So nice rumble run by Owen. And a good recovery by Mr. Danielson. Hunter type. Get a 1st and 10 here.
You can get a pretty nice bounce off this turf. It's a little different than a rock-hard grass field.
Sure. Anderson drops back. Pass. Sets up. Right side.
Oh, boy.
Intercepted there by Menomonie right at the 7-yard line. He'll fall though about the 5.
Interception.
Well,
Turnovers. You
they
got to win the turnover battle.
make or break a game here. Well, good news, if you will, is it is deep in the Hudson end here. They're going to spot it at the 8.
It's about
9.
the 12-yard line, right around there. Let's see what Menomonie wants to do here. If they're going to keep running the ball, and they are. There he goes again.
Parker
Good fill
bounces
that
out.
time. Get up there.
Nice job. Loss on the play, I think, maybe. Nice
Parker
job
on the
there.
carry.
Parker
That's
tried to bounce that one out. Couldn't get in anywhere.
Yeah, that's the kind of pursuit we saw in the first quarter. Defense was getting up the field.
No gain.
So 2nd down, 10 to go. 2:28 left here in the second quarter.
Here comes around
Handoff
the
around
side.
the near side now. Nice little
tackle.
run. Picked up.
Good tackle that time by
7.
Hanson. Or actually, that was Marnell. Otherwise, I think
Marnell.
that kid would have been to the races.
I'll tell you, Owen's been putting in a lot of work in the offseason. That guy is getting big. Shook his hand the other day. Another guy I've coached in hockey years ago, and
Yeah.
woo, he's got a vice for a handshake. My goodness.
He's a good athlete. I remember him last year. He got some spot time at outside linebacker on varsity as a sophomore.
Yeah.
But on special teams, he looked really good.
3rd and 2 here.
Here's that counter.
Oh, man, they caught us again. First down.
Counter up the middle to Brewer.
At the 28-yard line.
Sundin.
So those two plays both were counter plays. One to the right side before the last play, and then one to the left. What you're seeing, again, I was talking about it before, Hudson's pursuit, and they're getting upfield quickly. But some of the guys got to hold their position, stay in their gaps. Otherwise, if they over-pursue, that's what can happen.
Sure. Fake pass coming now. He rolls out to the left.
Get some pressure.
Let's call with it.
Pressure.
Nice tackle. Woo! They lit him up on the 30.
Oh, and the keeper.
Looks like he'll stay in bounds. Clock will keep ticking here. Minute 10 to go in this
Tackle by Holden Lucan.
first half. Lucan on the tackle.
So with about a minute left, and Menomonie, I think, only has one timeout left. What you don't want to do is give up a big play.
Yep.
You're going to probably see them try to, if they want to try to score here, they're going to have to try to get up the field pretty quickly. There's that counter, right side again. Wrap up.
Ooh, got to tackle that young man. There you go. He gets about 11 yards, though.
Tackle by
For the first down. So they'll keep kind of moving it through the midfield here. Out to the 38.
They're kind of picking away, but
yep.
Here we go. They're splitting out Thornton on the right.
Boy,
obviously they're trying to pick up the speed a little bit.
Get there. Flag thrown.
That's a hold on the defense.
Big pass. Nice play by the Raiders to knock
Actually,
that
we're going to have
out.
a hold on the offense on that play, I think.
Flag on the play.
Looked like
coverage down the field by Jordan.
Let's see what the call is here.
That'll knock them back at 10 yards.
Nice to see a call on Menomonie finally.
We got a hold, 10 yard. Replay the down.
I love this guy. Oh, 10 yard. It's awesome.
You know, there's a lot of referees I know that opted out this year. Refs are getting a lot older. You don't see many refs that are under, 50 for sure, but boy, there's a lot of older ones. Probably tough running around with a mask on, too.
Oh, I can't
Drop
imagine.
play.
He'll keep this one.
Fill it. There you go.
Up to about the 38-yard line. 14
That's
seconds to go.
That's going to probably do it.
I don't know if we'll be able to get another one off. They rush up to the line. They'll look for a quick spike. Yep. So 6 seconds to go. Last play coming up.
Got any special 6-second plays you want to dial up here, Ken? Anything in your bag of tricks?
Well, I was thinking about throwing deep.
Well,
call me crazy, but that's what I was thinking.
I'm not sure that Call can get it there, but one of those old tried and true plays is the old hook and ladder. Get one of your receivers out, toss it, and then you got a back coming behind to pitch it to. See, they are going deep, though. Knock it down. Just knock it down.
Out. Oh, good defensive play there by Hudson. We got a lot going on during the half. Stick around.
Coverage by number 36, Braden Ducharme, and that's the end of the half. 9-7 Raiders.
Tick. All right, we're on commercial real quick.
How much time do we have?
Till we go back on?
Yeah.
Not till we start up again.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get. I need a break.
Yeah. Here. You're good.
Let me see if I can. I'll come back and see if I can get some stats.
Okay. Perfect.
Tonight, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the award-winning Raiders dance team.
I can only do so many things.
Performing a palm routine choreographed by the team's seniors: Ella, Michaela, Maddie, Elle, Gabby, Marissa, Eliana, Izzy, and Madeline. This is their first performance of the season. Let's hear it for the Raiders.
music. Power
Hudson High School Marching Band, you may take the field for your halftime performance.
You can turn that down on mine.
All those guys bounting.
Bounting for
had a
sure,
pretty
yep.
good first half, so.
Well, the kickoff is away down to the 15-yard line. Mustangs will weave
Gotta
their way
wrap
through a
up,
couple.
guys.
Oh, goodness. Wow. Stepping up right there. That was number 14, Span.
Yep.
Nice job standing up that runner.
Yeah, Jordan Span looked like he might break loose there for a second.
Yeah, he had Span to beat, and he was on his way, I believe.
Got an injured player on the field for Menomonie.
Mustangs down.
So we'll see, that with the exception of that one drive where Menomonie kind of went right down the field on Hudson, I thought the defense played really well that first half. Had a long pass for the Menomonie touchdown, but beyond that, did a pretty good job in pass coverage and stuffed the run with the exception of one drive there.
Well, in the pass they put together in the corner of the end zone, that was a heck of that was 10 out of 10. Just right on a dime, over the shoulder, out. It was great.
Yep, absolutely. That was a great pass, great play. Looks like number 6, Kazmarek. Caleb Kazmarek was the player banged up there for Menomonie. Hopefully he's all right. Looked like at first maybe it was a cramp. It's a hot night tonight.
I was seeing the same thing. Looked like a bit of a cramp. Who knows? Hopefully he will be able to work that out on the sideline.
Mustangs starting from their own 40.
Yeah, these hot nights playing as hard as these guys are, you can see how they cramp up potentially. So 1st and 10 here from the 40. It's the Mustang 40. Call hands this one on off the right side. Wow, just jumping for 12, 13 yards.
Ran with some authority on that play.
Mm-hmm.
He got some steam going and had a nice hole.
Tackled by Sundin.
So let's see here what we can do.
That Parker,
Nice.
He is a heck of a runner.
Nice start for Menomonie on that first play. Coming
Another
over here to the
handoff
left
again.
side. There you go.
Wrapped
Nice
up
job
nicely.
by Marnell. I
Flag
actually
down.
thought he got held on that play too, so hopefully that's the call here.
Marnell.
On the carry, tackled by
Yep. So anytime you see the jersey, it's no different than if you're watching college or the NFL. You see a guy making a tackle and his jersey's almost coming off. You pretty much know that that's a holding call. Wasn't hard for the ref to make that call.
10-yard penalty, proceed to down.
So impressive on that play was the fact that Marnell was able to still break loose on that and make the tackle. So good job.
Nice job, Marnell. So they'll repeat the down, 1st and 20 here. Hudson up by a pair right now, 9-7. Third quarter just getting going here. Call.
Oh, there's that counter again.
Oh, yep.
Ah, boy.
Backside, nice little block. He's got room down to the 30, 25. Pitched out of bounds at the 20. That counter really made hay for Menomonie on that one.
Maury forces him out of bounds.
Wow, just a ton of room on that side.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a counter play. We talked about it earlier. You have to kind of contain that if you're the end. You have to make sure that you don't let them get outside. If you over pursue and get upfield too far, then all of a sudden they cut that open and it was wide. So
Well,
they've run some really nice plays on
Yeah.
those counters tonight.
They have. Call, handoff up the middle. Number 5, Brewer, I believe, on the carry.
That's back up the middle.
So
Holden Lukens
second
on the
down.
tackle.
With 7 to go. Need a big stop here if you're Hudson. Got a huge play, a couple plays back now, and second down and 7. Call under center.
Here's that counter again,
Yep,
coming
there
this
they go.
way. There you go.
Oh, got
geez.
to him early. Picked up
Well,
a couple
actually,
of them.
that was pretty good.
Yep.
Jacob Hansen
on the
came in
carry.
pursuit on that.
Tackle by Austin Mead.
Kind of slowed the runner up. It's always hard, when you see one-on-one wide open and you know you got a pretty good angle, you start to leave your feet and all of a sudden that
Sure.
guy jukes and whoops,
Yep.
there I go.
She go.
But he's a wrestler, so we got a hold on him and slowed him down.
So 3rd and 2 here. Call, fakes it, keeps
Gets through
it,
it.
goes around the left there. Picked up just a couple. I think he might have enough for that first down. It'll be
Back
close.
keeper. Tackle by
Yep,
Sunday.
they're going to move the chains.
Well, we need to
So-
stop here.
1st and goal.
Let's get the ball back.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
tell the guys are getting a little tired, the hands on the hips.
Yeah.
But I keep telling my son, and I'm sure other dads are saying it, suck it up, Buttercup. This is your last season.
That's right.
And
Leave it on the field.
trust an old guy like me. Once it's done, it's done.
Right.
So you want to remember, play hard. You're going to remember this. Counter again.
Yep. Wow, jumps over a man down to the 2-yard line. The Mustangs with a nice carry
On
again.
the rush.
Here and counter a whole bunch right now.
Holden Lukens.
Lots of success, like I said, in that counter play. And that's a delayed handoff. So it's hard for the defense to realize that, hey, I got to go up, make contact with the guy blocking me, and then kind of sit tight.
Just pushed right through on that right side. Oh, Mustangs with a touchdown, so they'll take this to 13-9 with the lead now.
Pitch to Parker for a touchdown.
Very sound first drive here in the second half for that
was a
Mustang
nice drive
squad.
for Menomonie. See if they decide to go for 2 here. Looks like is that quarterback coming back in there. Call.
Yep.
Yep. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
Call under center. A tight formation here. Pitches it on over. Head down.
He's in there.
On in for 2. Gonna make it 15.
Point after is good by Parker.
So a 6-point differential right now. Touchdown will tie you up, obviously. Extra point will give you that 1 extra, but What a drive to come out right there. The Mustangs really kind of asserting their offensive will on the Hudson defensive crew.
Yeah, they've got some big boys on that offensive line.
Yeah.
And that time they certainly were having their way with our defense. Get some water, take a breather, and be ready to go back out there. Hopefully our offense can get a nice sustained drive here, put some points on the board. But certainly a good way for Menomonie to start, get some momentum to start this second half.
I was thinking we'd have a little bit more breeze tonight, but just kind of a dead calm evening out here. A little bit of flicker of the flags here and there, but we were golfing today. At one point, it was blowing like 30, just
yeah,
crazy.
That's why you got such a low score. The ball kept going a little farther every time.
I wish. Bunch of good shots. Couple by me, a lot by the other guys. It's the beauty of those scrambles.
Mm-hmm. Certainly going to be a nice weekend, and then we were talking about this before. You know, typically we're playing football 2 weeks earlier than now, or 3 weeks.
Sure.
It's not surprising to have a nice like tonight in those days, but all of a sudden it can turn on you right away, and in late September, early October, all of a sudden we're cooling off again. So
Hudson will take that one from the 8, stumbled, and made it out to about the 26, 27. That was Torrey Bounting. Just kind of caught a toe or something. It looked around the 18 there and got tripped up. So Hudson back to the offensive side of the ball here. We'll see if they can shake and bake, make something happen here.
So like we mentioned, good first half for the running backs. We'll see if Hudson tries to get the ball. We had one nice pass that got just missed to Jamison in that first half. Otherwise, I'm not sure Carter Herring had more than a pass or two.
Anderson flips that one over, picked up a couple there. That was number 4 for us, Bounting.
Anderson to Bounting.
Kind of flipped it in front of him where he had to dive almost just to catch that one. Just picked up
sometimes
maybe
those
one or
options. So what that was designed to be was an option.
Sure.
And once the defense kind of got into Owen, the back had to come around, and so that option is a timing play, and the timing was off, so all he had was a pass that he could throw.
Gotcha. 2nd and 9 here. Flips it on over to Bounting.
Oh, face mask.
Did catch a face mask, a late flag. They did see it.
Bounting on the rush for a couple more.
I tell you, Sundin, you got some eagle eyes over there.
I just got new glasses.
I may have to go see your ophthalmologist. Or get a sponsor like Associated Eye or somebody.
So when you and I were talking about this, and you said, "Hey, let's do this again this year," I'm like, "Oh boy, I better get my glasses because I can't make out the numbers sometimes, especially when they get a ways away from me."
5 yards. That was the end of the run.
But I got these progressive glasses now.
Yeah.
So, you know, last year I had to keep tipping my glasses back and forth, but honestly, these things make me a little dizzy. So.
Really?
I got. If you ever see me getting little light-legged here, make sure you hold on to me and don't let me fall.
Well, if you do fall, it won't be too bad.
I'll bounce right down the bleachers.
You're an old football player. You can take that.
So 2nd and short here.
Very short.
We'll see again. The option has been the choice for the first 2 plays this half. Kokendorfer looks like he's lined up just off to Owen Anderson's right side. Danielson on the left.
Bounting in motion. Option over. Here we go.
Here we go.
Along the near side. He's got a little bit of room. Oh, 46. Good tackle. That was Hunter Danielson on the run.
Danielson for another Hudson Raider. First down.
Boy, Hunter wasn't but maybe an inch or two away from going off to the races.
Like Parker's got a cramp there.
It's amazing to me an athlete can play both sides of the ball. Just Parker is unbelievable. Out there on offense every play. He's been playing a ton of defense, right?
Got to stay hydrated in those spots.
Yeah.
I remember the trainer we had back in high school.
You and Frank?
Yeah, she
Okay.
kept pickle juice on the sideline, so you'd drink a little pickle
Really?
juice. And it worked.
The electrolytes from the pickle, or
Of course, bananas,
Keeper.
that helps. There you go, nice
Anderson
4 yards.
picks up about 4. Nice job as he scrambles straight up
Anderson
the
on
gut.
the keeper for a couple up the middle.
Now, is one of Frank's aunts, uncles, cousins, were
Tackled
they
by Graff.
associated with the trainer at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cross that off the list.
Holden Lukens stepped off the field here for a second. He's been going both ways tonight, too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but Holden's been playing tackle, and obviously you've heard his name a lot on the defensive side. So he's gutting it out. Hopefully those trainers can get him stretched out and get him back in the field here.
It's interesting. Both squads right now are
That's a
big
nice play.
toss.
That's
He's
a
got him.
hold.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
How could you not call that? He turned him.
Sir looked like he
Anderson
grabbed
on the
onto his
pass,
Right?
shirt.
shooting Grant Jameson.
Boy, that was a nice design play, though. Sure looked like it was going to be an option again, and then Owen just turned and made a nice throw there.
Yeah,
Looked
it
like the
sure
receiver
looked like he
kinda
got
got hung
a tug on the jersey on that right shoulder.
Well, maybe our glasses aren't that good, Ken. So third and 7
to
here, it
go,
looks
yep.
like.
Anderson back in the shotgun.
There's that
Drops
drop
back.
play again. Got to get outside, though, Theron. Oh, boy.
Theron just gobbled up behind the line of
There's
scrimmage.
no blocking out there.
Delayed handoff
Loss
to Theron
of
Haynes.
about
So that's one of those plays, fool me once, shame on
Tackle
you,
for a
fool
loss
me
will
twice,
bring up
shame on
fourth
me.
down
Yeah.
and 10.
Theron actually had that same play in the first half, got about 12, 15 yards. That time Menomonie was just ready
they're
for
on
it.
it. Yep, they were on it. Well, the punting team will come out now for Hudson. It's amazing how much you can hear on the field from up in the stands when nobody's here.
I wish I could tell you football's a PG game, but
Gets a little R-rated from time to time. What a boot.
nice boot by
Nice,
Carter
high
Herring.
flying.
Get on it!
Whoa,
That's
it's
a live
loose. It's a
ball.
live ball. Hudson's on
Let's
it.
get on it.
Woo! Hudson's on it. Tell me we're going to get the signal here.
It's Muff.
Boom,
There we go.
intermittent whistle. Oh,
Recovered by
yeah.
the Raiders. First
Boy,
and 10 Raiders.
Who was that got that ball? Let me look here.
What a heads
Eagle
up play.
eyes.
50.
38.
Muff, punt, fumble.
Owen
Gooder?
by
Gooder.
Owen Gooder.
Nice.
There we go. Owen Gooder, nice play, buddy. Heads up.
Big heads up play there.
That's a live ball. It touches that receiver, and
Well, and you got to credit the kicker. That was a heck of a boot right
That
up
was
in
a
the
great-
stratosphere.
beautiful punt, great hang time. Gave the defense enough time, the coverage team, to get down there and get on top of that.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, you were talking about it before, those guys running down the field covering punts, the guys catching punts, that's the scary job.
Right.
Believe
right.
me.
Looking up with guys barreling in on you.
Yeah.
Anderson wheels out to the right, pitches it on over to Bounting. Bounting tries to get through a couple. Gets down to about the 12-yard line.
Option right, Bounting. Tackled by number 45, Gavin Exner.
Picked up a few there, 2 or 3.
Yeah, right now, boy, the golden opportunity here to get some points. Be awesome to get a touchdown, put a touchdown in, get a 2-point conversion.
Anderson back in the shotgun again. Run Bounting in motion. Fake to him. Anderson keeps it.
Nice.
Anderson's
Get out
got a
there, get out
blocker.
there.
Anderson around 1-2. Nice job down to the 5.
Anderson on the quarterback.
Good
to the
keeper
right.
there by Owen Anderson. Oh, we've got another player down. I think the cramps are just setting in right
Yeah,
now
it
on
sure
both
looks like
squads. It's
Injury
just
timeout.
So again, that was Andrew Coffey that got out in front of Owen Anderson.
Big
Gave
rig.
him a little push. Gave Owen a couple more yards there just by being able to follow him down the field.
big guy. So let's stretch out this player on the Mustang squad here.
So that's, what are we at now? We got a third down, 3rd and short, huh?
Yep.
Again, probably 4-down territory here.
We'll go to a
Although that's pretty early.
quick score update out there. New Richmond 28, Rice Lake 21 in the 3rd quarter. River Falls still up 16-0 to Chippewa Falls.
Lots of games starting tonight. Obviously,
Yep.
This is the first weekend of high school football in Wisconsin after the delay.
Well, it was interesting this week. We heard that Minnesota is coming back online for their football. I thought it's pretty cool to have, was it Channel 5 over here interviewing the
Yeah.
coach and some of our athletics director and a couple players. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Minnesota fires up their own football over there.
Brings up
So
3rd and
Well,
2.
I think it came down to somebody had to test the water. And
Yeah.
Wisconsin,
Yep.
Illinois, some other states did that. Unfortunately, things have been safe, and that's the way we want to keep it.
Yep.
Because everybody wants to be able to play.
Like Owen was going with a bit of a hard count there. Couldn't catch him. Pitch over. Nope, they'll keep it.
Ooh, maybe
he's-
second effort on that
boy,
play. It
he
looks
was
like
trying
he
to
might
stretch
have
for
got to the line and then got pushed back. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah, it looked like he had stretched out, maybe
Short
popped
loss
it, but
on the
it's
play.
it's not the end zone where you cross it and good.
Brings up 4th down.
So 4th and a couple here. Looked like he might have lost a yard or two.
Yeah. Again,
You go for
you know,
this,
we talk
right?
about that option, and it's all about timing. So when you see something like that where everybody's going one direction, it's an option play. The quarterback has a chance to pitch it, keep it. And once they overrun the quarterback, then obviously Owen has no choice but to either run the ball
Right.
or like he's tried to do a couple pop passes. But again, it's going to take timing to get that down for
Big
some of
4th
these new
down.
players.
Chuck's it in the corner. Oh, he
Touchdown!
has it! Touchdown!
Herring!
Hudson!
Whoa, there you go.
What a play! Carter Hannick with a huge play over in the corner. Woo!
That's what we like. Isolation play on the outside. You got the big basketball player there that can get up, go get it like a rebound. And that's what Carter did that time. Came down with the touchdown.
Bleacher creatures are running the flags behind the fence over here. I love it. Going for the point after. Kicks up. She got.
That's good.
Let's go to that replay real quick. If you wanted to take a peek at it, feel free here. Just chucked it. A nice timing play. Great catch on that far corner. Wow.
So that's your, you hear about the back shoulder play all the time. That's
Yep.
exactly what that play was. Carter got out there, he got his guy pinned, and then Owen threw it to his back shoulder.
Just perfect.
There's no way that defender was going to be able to knock the ball down.
Just perfect. Excellently executed. Boom.
Great answer by the Raiders to come back and get that touchdown.
Well, and set up by that great kick, great recovery, and then they pounded
exactly.
in.
Yep.
Got a fun little game going tonight there, Sundin.
So far, so good.
So that's right. So far, so good.
Well, and these two teams, excuse me, if you go back the last 10 years in the Big Rivers, and obviously longer than that for Menomonie, they've been kind of the class of the conference here for those 10 years. River Falls, of course, they've been good the last two, and they got co-conference
Kicking off for Hudson,
championships
Sure.
Munich.
in 18 and 19, but otherwise it's Menomonie and Hudson for the most part.
Nice kick down to the 10, 12-yard line.
Looks like
Mustangs with
Parker's
it now.
back.
Parker he's a running. Oh, my goodness. Look at him go.
Oh,
Big
boy.
stiff arm,
Big
bounces
stiff
it out
arm.
to the 50. Another stiff arm down the sideline. He's got
goodness.
one man to beat now.
Oh,
my goodness.
Wow.
What a run. That was unbelievable effort by that young man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's one of the better kick returns I've seen in a long time.
That
That
was
happened right
amazing.
in front of us. You could see he got a burst here. He got to the outside. He stiff-armed one guy, got past him. All of a sudden he ran into a couple other Raiders, kind of juggled along the sidelines, stiff-armed, and then made his way. I mean, that was all effort, and I think that's him laying down in the end zone. I'm sure the cramps are just
Touchdown
killing
by Parker.
him. That's a long run.
There's
A long run,
two
laid the
injured players
boom
on
at the
field.
end. My goodness. 2 guys down. We got a Hudson man down as well behind the play.
Just an excellent run back that time by Parker.
Yeah, this is amazing. Little dun dun dun. What effort! My goodness. So the Hudson player will make his way over to the sidelines. That's Marnell, number 54. So keys all right. Parker is getting literally lifted off the field right now. Oh, there's nothing worse than their cramp.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're having a hard time with that tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if, I mean, you look at the sidelines here, and Hudson's got obviously more players, and maybe Menomoni's traveling with less, but a lot of kids going both ways. It's a hot night. It's the first game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure, especially somebody like Parker, not only does he play offense, defense, he returns punts, he returns kicks.
Right.
I'm not sure if he's on the kick coverage team or not, but
Well, they get him spread out here, going for 2.
turn around.
Call. Pitches it over to the corner.
I think he was out of bounds.
Out of
there.
bounds?
Nope. Must have got his
Made
feet
it
on.
in. Kicked it into the corner. Nice.
Point after touchdown is good.
Nice throw. Nice catch. Mustangs 21. Hudson 16.
Very similar play
They
that
get
time to what
23.
Hudson did down in the end zone themselves to score a touchdown.
Yep.
That's just a jump ball to the big guy, the 6'9" junior, Noah Feddersen. And I'm not sure who he was up against, but I think he was a head taller for sure.
Yeah. Well, if my math's right, that's a 7-point lead right now for the Mustangs, and that was a quick strike as that kickoff was returned by Parker, one of their outstanding athletes.
Yeah.
So the offense back at it again.
Yeah, I mean, those are those plays where all of a sudden on a hot night, your offense just goes down as a nice drive scores. They return the kick. Now guess what? We're back on the field.
Yep.
So maybe it's Hudson will start shuffling a few more guys in here on this drive if they can sustain it.
Back deep to receive for the Raiders. Number 21,
We could also
Brandon
return
Morey.
a kick here.
That's right.
We've got
That's
some
right.
speed, so
That's right.
let's get a nice return.
So Menomonie will shuffle in a couple more players here. Looks like they're about all set.
So you got Morey back deep. I know Bounting is on the
Inside here.
inside, and then not sure who else we've got back there. That might be Eli Hall, number 22,
Oh,
on the far side of the field.
Mustang sideline is definitely energized after that big
Okay,
one.
gotta
That's a
get
short,
that.
short one. Fair catch way far at the 29. All right, we'll take that.
Fair caught by number 3, Carter Herring. The Raiders will take over.
That on
at their
purpose?
own 29.
You know, those guys up there aren't really, typically you're not going to be getting the ball much. You're more of a blocker.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the coaches in a lot of cases tell them, just fair catch it. But
Sure.
a kid like Carter, certainly he's got the hands. He can run with the ball.
Yeah.
You know, what we've been practicing 2 weeks. And
Right,
these might not be
right.
the same special guys teams as you see next week as you
Sure.
see next week. They just
Sure.
don't get a lot of time to work on it. But
Well, 1st and 10 here. Anderson will roll out to his right, pitches it on over. Couple spins there, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. That was Bounting.
Anderson option right.
just had-
pitch to Bounting.
Guys on him early. 2 of them he had to beat. Made it back just about to the
Brought down by the Mustangs.
line of scrimmage. It's a yard shy, so lose 1 there.
looks like Parker's back in at safety. Raiders have 4 wide here, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom of the screen.
Anderson back. Oh, nice play. Big
there you
hit.
go. Yeah, that's a penalty.
Right to the head. Ouch.
That's a penalty.
Incomplete pass. Flag on the play.
Man. Oh, you just hate seeing a defenseless receiver getting hit like that. Yeah, is there a point where you get the boot for something like that at the high school level?
So the rules are there's a targeting rule, and of course we don't have the luxury of being able to go back and look at that like they can in college and they can in the pros.
Sure.
But there's certain levels of it in college where if it's a flagrant target, they can eject them in the game. If it's leading with the head, it's not necessarily going to be an ejection, but it's certainly a penalty.
Sure.
So pros are a little different, but here again, it's a bang play. Certainly he hit him in the head. Whether he led with his head or he was targeting, I guess we'd have to look at a replay.
Yeah.
Certainly going to get a penalty here.
The fans certainly want the call here. It's amazing with the with just a few in the crowd. If you want to yell and have the refs hear you, they'll hear you.
Okay, we want to make the right call here, but
Yeah.
the other thing you see is the referees. I mean, you just need to make a call.
Yep.
So.
Yep, that's right. They are definitely in the four-man huddle right now. Looks like one of them's going to make his way on over to Coach Cowles and let him know.
So, again, trying to get the call right here, but at this point, I think
Targeting
it's
foul to the head. Number 2 is automatically ejected.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that's Parker.
Yeah, I mean, that's what instant replay you don't have in high school. So you got to get those refs together, make the decision.
Well, and they certainly took their time. The four of them all talked about it, and the call was made. So that's big for a number of reasons. You get some advancement on the field here, but Parker's out, and he's a guy that's playing obviously both sides of the ball right now, and.
Big loss, for Menomonie, big loss. And actually, that's a hard thing. Certainly, I don't think there's any kids out on this football field that are trying to hurt anybody else.
Agree.
Everything's been changed with the game to really be conscious of the big hit there.
Nice couple spins there again. That was Bounting. Bounting's kind of got that spin move down. That was great. He'll pick up about 5.
Again, concussions, such a big thing now with football, and that's where the targeting penalty really came from, was trying to make sure
that
people
doesn't
were aware
happen,
of the targeting or the concussion piece.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
So you lost your starting safety here, who's obviously a pretty good athlete. Again, I would attack the middle of the field here, look to maybe get something, maybe a draw to Owen or, there you go.
Keeper right up the middle. Here we go. Owen Anderson with it. Oh, Owen over the 25. Woo! Nice play. Owen Anderson making a run, and Mustang player kind of jumping on Owen after the play a little bit more than to be expected.
Well, emotions are going to get pretty high here.
Yeah.
I mean, Menomonie obviously probably feels that wasn't fair to get Parker kicked out. They're going to play hard. Just got to be smart. Again, the offense has played well tonight, so let's keep this drive going. Let's get down the field. Let's put some points on the board.
So 1st and 10 for the Hudson Raiders here. Owen's going to get the call from the sideline. Coach Cowles sends him into the huddle here.
Taking quite a bit of time. We're going to have to get up to the line of scrimmage here.
Owen keeps it again. Owen tries to feed off to the left there. Wow, makes the first guy miss.
Anderson on the keeper.
Well, that'll be the last play of the half here. Hudson's got 3rd down coming up.
Well, Owen did a good job kind of shaking off that first defender, but the second one did a nice job wrapping him up. Like you said, that'll wrap up the end of the quarter here. Like to say another special thanks to Derek Construction out there. Whether it's that large project you're looking to do, 100 square feet commercial, or a custom home, they do it all. Look them up over in New Richmond, last I checked.
We'd prefer a 100,000 square foot building, but if you want to do 100, that's okay.
Okay. Did I say 100? Yeah. I meant 100,000. 200,000. Let's go big, man.
Yeah, go big or go home.
All right. I got to build some, like a huge man cave with you guys, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Get all your Hudson Raider gear in there.
Oh, man, it'd be sweet. All my gear from the Raider Clothing Company over at Onsite, you bet. I'll tell you, Onsite, they've got some new stuff. So they moved into a new space. Lori purchased the building. And so they've moved upstairs now. They're right down from Kanoki's. And they've got like a man cave section. Really sweet.
Yeah.
Man cave sign, obviously. And then they've got all sorts of goodies that guys like for gifts. And I know buying gifts for guys is not easy. Not that I buy a lot for guys, but I just know being a guy.
Yeah.
My wife always tells me, I don't know what you want. I can never buy you anything. They get a whole area, it's all gold. Everything in there is really good. They got another section that's got some great Hudson apparel. And
she's got a great store. Obviously, she does the clothing for the bench warmers as well.
That's right.
And a lot of
Yep.
other clubs out there. So
that's right.
Certainly a good business that Lori has going for her.
I'm going to make one more quick plug. So Barker's downtown, they've got a new menu as of last year, but still really one of my favorite things is the Windy City Wings.
Yeah.
It's a new slant on hot wings. It's got so much flavor. It's crazy train. It's like, wow.
Their wings are excellent. Yeah,
they've always done a great job. So 2nd and 10 here. Anderson hands this one off. Nice job right up the middle, dragging a couple players with him. Woo! Nice run.
Nice run.
Was that Cokes? That was. Good to hear his name again as he drags the pile. 3rd and 3 or 4 here.
So again, Menomonie seeing a lot of kids coming in and out of there. The bench looks a little light to me tonight, and that's probably why you're seeing a lot of these kids getting cramped up.
Yeah.
It's been a hard game. It's hot tonight. Again, that's something that can play to the team that's a little bit more fresh, play to their advantage.
Sure. On Anderson,
there
keeper. Oh, gosh.
There. Oh, boy, it looked like he had enough to get there, but
all
of a sudden got pushed back.
Yep, a nice push by the Mustangs line there. It certainly looked like he was going to get it. Well, 4th and 1 here. You think you go for this, I suppose?
Yeah, boy, I think you do. Menomonie's one of Menomonie's top weapons is now out on offense. He's out of the game, so even if you don't get it here, you still have enough time to get the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
But we need a push here. I mean, this is where that offensive line really needs to move some bodies, give these runners a chance to get some momentum and get the first down. We'll see if Menomonie tries to send a blitz on this play. Looks clean. Oh, he's
Chucked
open
it. He's
again.
wide open.
Wide
Woo!
open. Wow,
Hudson!
Herrick again.
What a play.
What a play. That was wide open.
4th down. What a play. Herrick out in the corner. Boom. Get a little replay queued up here.
He absolutely lost that defensive back. I'm sure, again, everybody's thinking run on 4th and short. Carter slipped right past him. Again, another nice jump ball, nice pass by Owen Anderson.
What a great pass over to the corner there by Anderson. Mr. Anderson kicks up. She good. We'll go back to that replay one more time. Well, I'm looking at the scoreboard, and it says 2-3, 2-3. It sounds like a tie ball game to me. Boy, was he just wide open in the corner there.
Great, and a great catch. I mean, he had to stretch up and get that ball. He knew he was going to get hit.
Kind of had to float it. Boom, caught, good.
But Carter, I've known Carter since he was a young kid. I coached basketball as well with his dad, Mike, and trust me, he's been in the backyard shooting hoops, getting rebounds for about 10 years.
Is that right?
So, yeah. We've talked about his older brother, Alex, who obviously a very good athlete, played football down at UW River Falls, just recently graduated there, and actually had some teams looking at him to bring a professional teams to bring him in and for tryouts. But I think with COVID, a lot of those camps got canceled.
Sure.
So, but there's still hope. It sounds like they're still having conversations. So.
Wow, that's crazy. Crazy
Great,
cool.
Great drive that time by the Raiders, and now it's time we gotta shut these guys down here.
Fielded on the 22.
Wrap
Mustangs
up. There you
wrapped
go.
up at the 32-yard line, so made about 10 after the catch. Hudson did a great job of, like you said, wrapping them up.
Theron Haynes on the tackle.
Mr. Haynes on the tackle. Number 17, Theron. Well, we are in for a fun finish here.
Yeah, if I'm the defense right now, I'm fired up. My offense just picked it up. They came down and scored after that kick return. Now it's time for us to shut them down here on D, and let's get the ball back. Watch those counter plays. That's where they've been having some success.
Call pitches this one on over.
Wrap that up.
Nice,
Wrap it
nice.
up. There you
Multiple
go.
blue jerseys all over that Mustang player. Picked up about 3. Nice wrap up.
Brought down by Sundin and Hansen.
So nice job that time. I haven't called his name out yet. That's my son, Cade.
You sound hesitant to give him credit on that one. Come on, Sundin. Give him some credit.
He's actually playing a pretty good game. That was a good play, filling that spot.
Oh, you kill me. Good play there, Cade. I'll give you some props. Come on, man. All right, so second down here. Call with it. He'll drop back.
Big target.
Oh,
Turn around.
my goodness. Nice little
There you
move
go.
there.
Good wrap. Good
Bob
wrap.
and weave. Made about 3 or 4. Wrapped him up. Couple short. Big third down coming up. Just inside the 40.
Kate Sundin.
Kate Sundin with another tackle. Nice job.
Got a little fire in his belly this drive, I
He's
think.
feeling it. He's feeling it.
So you saw down here, they were looking to go to that big receiver again, and our DB fell down. I don't think the quarterback saw that, and he decided to tuck it and run. So that was fortunate for the Raiders.
Could have been trouble. Just under 9 minutes to go here. 3rd and 3. Mustangs make a move. Call.
They're looking at
back
him
in
again.
the pocket.
Oh, goodness.
Caught it. Yep.
Jeepers.
Just inside, or just on the other side of the 45-yard line. That's number 89.
Yeah, I mean, that,
Tall drink of water there.
they are looking right at him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
You can tell that's exactly where he wants to go. And it's just it's a big kid.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to really match up against him other than not letting him get out in the pattern. So
Right.
I'm not saying hold him, but if you can pop him and maybe
give him a
hold him
bump.
for enough time before he can release.
Little wake-up bump. So big first down there for Menomonie. 8:20 to go here. Just call with a
Oh, boy.
nice run right up the middle. Picks up
It was a
11
nice
or 12.
block that time. I think it was
Ruler
the
up the
center that
middle.
got out there. He got to the
Tackled by
second
Sundin.
level.
Another big first down. This is a big drive going on right now by the Mustangs. They're going to keep pushing this one down the field. So just on the other side of the 40, looks like the 43-yard line, they'll put the marker for the first down. The clock keeps ticking. Come on, defense. Need to stop here. Call under center. He'll keep
draw.
this one himself, looking for a draw.
Hold him up. There
Nice
you go.
job. Big
There you
tackle
go.
by Hudson. They'll catch him at the line and
Nice job,
drop
Peter.
him for a loss.
Jacob Hansen, I'm sorry. He's got a brother named Peter.
Tackled by Hansen.
They'll give him forward progress. Couple yards there. So second down, 8 to go. A quick shout out to Willow River Carbonies over there in Burkhart. Chris, I appreciate everything you guys do out there. Don't forget it's Saturday and Sunday. You can get a $2 breakfast out there. Heck of a deal. Second down coming up here. Second and 8. Call with it. Draw play.
Oh, boy.
Wow, look at him pick up the yards. Just rambling through things. Number 5 there for the Mustangs. That's Brewer on the carry. So a big first down.
By number 6, Nick Jones.
Tell you, this Mustang squad, they've got a bunch of offensive weapons on that team.
Yeah, I mean, right now, that on a play like that, that's the line of scrimmage is where they're getting it done.
Yeah.
What they're doing is basically they're kind of doing a delayed handoff. Their linemen are getting down the field, and then it's actually the deep back that's getting the ball, so he's got a head of steam with some speed behind him. Again, if you look and see where their linemen are right now, they're about 5-10 yards down the field every play.
Mm-hmm.
Tackle by Holden Lukens.
So 2nd and 5 here, and I don't want to talk about it too early, but clock is going to come into play here, and these guys, this long drive, have been really working the clock quite nicely, just letting it roll here.
They are.
A timeout, Menomonie. Oh, another quick shout out to McCarty Construction. McCarty is all things roofing. They do a heck of a job on the roofs in town, gutters, and if you want to entertain outside, they make some outstanding decks. I've seen a bunch of pictures over the years of some of the decks that they put in, and a good time in the summer. Get the grill going.
Yep.
So what are you telling your Hudson team right now, Aaron?
Well, I think it was a good timeout. Obviously, you could see we were having some guys that were getting gassed and needed to get a little breather, get some water. If I'm on that defensive line or I'm talking to him as a defensive coach, I would be saying, look, you've seen them run that counter play. If you know that you're being blocked and they're going that direction, sometimes all you got to do is make a pile.
Yeah.
In other words, you just can't get pushed back. You just got to stop their momentum at the line of scrimmage, let the backers and the safeties come up.
Sure.
When you get pushed down that field, all of a sudden the whole defense gets pushed back.
Sure. It's a good analogy. Make a pile. So 6:09, the clock will start up again here on the snap. 2nd and 5.
This could be nothing more than another draw play. Again,
there it is. Yep.
That's the money play.
Flag,
I think we're going to get a hold on this play on them.
Brewer up the middle. Flag on the play.
So Brewer puts his head down, goes up the middle. Looks like we'll have a hold on the play. That'll back him up.
Got a hold on the offense, right? 10 yards. Repeat the downs. 2nd down.
Do you hear that? Got a hold on the offense. All right.
Did you march it up? Did you march it off already?
Your mic's still on.
I love that. I love it when they get the refs, like the college refs and the pro refs with
the mics.
With the mics on.
I like this ref. He's got some good energy.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
I was just going to say, I didn't mean to cut you off, but they didn't mark that penalty off far enough when they first moved the ball.
Right. Coaches were correcting him on the near side, I think. Like, keep it going. All right, so 2nd down, 15 to go now.
There's a counter play.
Call
get around
counters,
it. Get around it. Phil, there you go.
There we go. 25-yard line. So picked up about 5 there. Well, big 3rd down coming up here. 3rd and 10.
And number 18, Evan Tyler.
Just inside the 6-minute mark. Again, that clock keeps on ticking here. Big
so
stop
I'm sure
here.
Menomonie at this point, I mean, they've got a pretty good kicker, but it's still 3rd and 10 here. Right now I'm looking out here at number 89. I'm certainly cheating a safety over to help on that.
Yep.
It's Brandon Moore. He's got to get up and fill.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Nice penetration by the line. They got in on the quarterback call quickly. He saw him coming. He wanted to get rid of that one quick, I think.
Oh, I think that was Was that Cade on that blitz?
I think
He's
so.
probably licking his chops, getting a chance to blitz.
What was the thing you were talking about last year? They get a pound of bacon if they do something or other.
Yeah.
Like
I think if they got a turnover or something, Coach Hatfield was talking about getting them a pound of bacon.
Oh, nice.
So that was kind of the slogan: get yourself some bacon.
Get some bacon. Hey, well, I got a quick second here. I always love putting a plug in for the Rhinos Foundation. Rhinos Foundation's my favorite nonprofit over in western Wisconsin.
Yep.
They give back 100% of what they bring in for cancer. Folks that are families that are going through cancer, whether it's mom, a dad, a child.
Yeah.
It's an amazing organization. Please go out. I've got a link on my website somewhere. Rhinos Foundation will take you right to their page. You can donate $20, $50, whatever you want. But again, 100% of that, not like 90%, 100% goes back to these families that are working through cancer in the family. And just a really good crew, too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've been involved with when I was running the Hudson softball program, the Diamondbackers, and also the Dugout Club for Hudson baseball. And just like hockey, we've done some games, some pink out games and things like that where we've donated to the Rhinos.
Oh,
it's
nice.
a great organization.
Nice.
Big play here. Now I would expect possibly a hard count. Maybe they can actually get Hudson to go off sides and have a they didn't do it. Eyes up.
Oh,
Phil,
boy.
Phil, there you go. Nice play.
Woo! Hudson with a huge play there.
Tyler.
A turnover on downs. What a
And the Raiders
play.
take over on down.
Great job. Great pressure that time. Evan Tyler gets in there, wraps him up. Host of Raiders there with pressure. Just a great stop. Now you've got 5:03 left in the game. Decent field position. No reason to try to take a big bite right here. Been able to run the ball pretty successfully. Obviously, you've seen it's worked really well when you can isolate Carter Herring. But again, whatever you can do, if you can score and leave very little time on the clock, that's a huge advantage here.
Well, we'll see what we got in the tank here. 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Anderson back in the shotgun. He'll send a man in motion. Fakes it, keeps it. Heads on over to the right side,
Nice.
makes one miss, jumps, picks up about 5 or 6 on the play. I like it.
Quarterback keeper.
Hey, quick shout out to Todd Hollonen. Good to see you out on the golf course today. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody else in town, both in Hudson and in Menomonie and in Spain. We and wherever else you're watching.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys tuning in, both on the Raiders streaming broadcast and the River Channel broadcast. Quick snap.
Oh,
Options
again,
out.
Hudson's going to get another
Flag.
procedure penalty here.
Oh, and he's going to go. Big run.
It's unfortunate because that's happened now 3 or 4 times, and it's.
Yep.
And I can't tell you if it's the same kid that's moving too early, but being that it's the first game, the timing with that option isn't quite there yet, and so you just gotta make sure you don't move too quick.
5 yards, was way down.
So the replay of the down, take 5 yards back, so 2nd and 10, I believe.
It was a big break for Menomonie. It was a nice pickup by Troy Boning on that run.
Yeah, he was down to, the 40-ish?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, I think you're exactly right. It's early stuff. We're kind of picking up the timing on things. We'll get it fixed up, worked out.
Still plenty of time, 4:22 on the clock in the 4th quarter. You can tell Menomonie's getting a little tired too. They've been shuffling some of those guys on the defensive line. Right now it's who's got the fresh legs, who can finish this half.
Cokes takes it for about 3 or 4. Some power running by.
He's a tough little guy. He doesn't look real tall.
He's a tough cuss, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he's gritty.
again,
What
I
is
know
he,
the parents pretty well. and I
5'11"?
guess Zach's not small either. Looking at this, 5'10", 190. So
Yeah.
I apologize, Zach. I always just remember him from when he was bopping around when I used to coach his sister in different sports. He was a little guy then, but now he's a big guy.
Well, 3rd down coming up here. 3rd and 5 to go. I would say this is a pretty big 3rd down if you're a Hudson fan. Anderson in the backfield. He'll take the snap. Rolls on over.
Oh,
Got a
boy,
guy
he's
wide
open,
open.
bouncing.
Woo!
There we go.
The 30, the 25, the 20, 10-5. Boutique to the house. What a huge play by Hudson. What a play.
Wow.
And Owen just throws one on a rope. What a play. We'll go to the replay here in 2 quick seconds. Launched it. Wow. And there we go. 20-15, 10-5 in the end zone. Boom. What a strike. What a third down play.
So last week at the scrimmage when Hudson was going against New Richmond, I watched Troy Bounting split out
Kicks up
on a couple
and
plays.
good.
And I mentioned it earlier in the game. There's a reason they run him in motion as much as they do. There's the possibility that it can either be a jet sweep or they can put him out and pass and to go out for a pass. Obviously that time wide open, and he turned on the afterburners. Great throw by Owen Anderson as well.
Well, fun to watch that replay. If I could just stick on that thing. Woo! Well, 3:30 to go. Hudson with a huge strike here in the fourth quarter. As Anderson and Bounting connect on a monster play.
Well, now it's time you dig deep.
You got to get
As a
the defense.
You just shut them down. This last drive they had, let's do it again.
That's right.
Be a huge win for the Raiders.
Huge defensive stand coming up here. 3:30 to go, fourth quarter. It's go mode. Hudson to kick this one right to left on your screen here.
Get down the field again. Get down the field.
25, it's taken. A little bit of a nice job. Good tackle there at the 37, 38-yard line. So first and 10 at the 38.
Brewer on the return. The Mustangs will start from their own 38.
So this
This is fun.
This is where I mentioned before. This is where you bring the juice. Now it's time. You got a lead. You got a 7-point lead.
Yep.
You're wearing them down. Now's the time to go.
Bring the heat. So 89
Again, we gotta
right
look
over here. Yep. Oh, yep.
Somebody's got to get up on 89.
Call.
Looking right at him
Looking to
again,
pass
right
over to
at
this
him.
side here. Screen set up. Nice tackle
play.
there. Nice job.
Screen pass to Kaczmarek.
Nice tackle there by number
I
64.
think that was Lukens again.
Nice.
He's just playing
Tackled
all over
by
the field
Holden
tonight.
Lukens.
Yeah,
Injury
he's
timeout.
man on a mission there.
Big, strong kid, nice kid,
Yeah.
good athlete. I mean, I can tell you as a dad of a senior how bad these kids wanted to play. And when there was talk about, well, we might cancel or
Right.
we might postpone till the spring, the goal was always, hopefully, if you could safely play in the fall.
Yep.
And I think once the school decided to go back in person, they put the protocols out, kind of following the WIA guidelines. Just really happy to see that these kids are able to play, not just the seniors, and not just football, all the sports that have been able to come back. So
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of covering the girls swimming.
yeah, he told me
Which,
about that. That sounds like fun.
Really fun. We've got a fun program that makes it look like they're in the Olympics. It's great graphics.
That's cool.
I nerd out to that stuff, but it's
Are you like Bob Costas on the call?
I haven't made any calls on that. I just let the pool guy say what he says, and
Yep.
I feel like I'd probably distract from the actual
All
event.
right, so Brandon Morey's down here on number 89, which I was hoping they might try here for a while.
Sure.
Brandon's obviously
Almost picked. Wow. Then hit the that was number 1. Hit him in the hands there. That was
Stalino.
Stalline.
Again,
Defended by Braden Ducharme.
I hope they put Brandon back there again. He's going to give better coverage on that kid. He's stronger. He can kind of keep him against the sidelines. That's Noah Feddersen, who we mentioned a lot tonight. I have not seen number 10, Thornton, for a while, or I'm sorry, number 11. I'm not sure if he's banged up or not, but he was one of their better receivers in the first half.
This is interesting. Pass here.
They're looking at him again.
Yep. Nice
ground.
play, intercepted. Ooh, no catch.
Incomplete.
Nice job, nice coverage by Hudson. That was number 36, Ducharme. Nice D
play
by Hudson.
I mean, Ducharme's,
Fourth down.
I'll tell you what, when you look across the line of scrimmage and there's a guy that tall that you're going up against, that's not an easy task. That was a gritty play for him to get his hand in there and knock that down. I'd expect them to come back to that same play again, so Hudson's just got to be prepared.
4th and 5. This is a big one. 2:48 to go. 4th quarter. Call gets it. Good job at the line. Caught him on that far side. Number 1 caught that one. That was the same guy they hit last time. Stalline. So that was good for the first down, just by a yard. He had good time back in the pocket there. Good protection by his line and just able to find that receiver.
Yeah, Hudson's dropping a lot of people into coverage here. Your outside linebackers are dropping out into the flats. So you'll see, like on this side, that's Marnell, 54, coming out. He's dropping into coverage. You got Morey up to the line. They're just trying to kind of clear out for number 89.
That was over the head there.
That time he was covered up, so
Stalline trying to get back to him again. He's working both sides of the field. So 2nd and 10 here.
So again, Hudson really at this point rushing 3. You've got Tyler in there, you got Lukens, you've got Stokeman. Now if they spread out again, now they're a little tighter in formation. Doesn't necessarily mean they aren't gonna.
A little timeout coming up by the Mustangs.
Timeout, Menomonie.
We expecting a run there, maybe?
Well,
or is a run not in the playbook right now?
They certainly have not tried a run yet this series. Again, about at midfield, 2nd and 10, you know you're in 4-down territory, so it wouldn't hurt to maybe try that draw play that's worked so well.
Yeah, I've been a little bit surprised, and maybe I'm just missing it, but it's been all passes, right? Is that a clock management thing to keep with the pass, or just, I mean, their run's been working so great tonight.
I don't want to make it sound like it's simpler than it is,
yeah.
But you got the biggest kid on the field who's out here against one of the smaller kids.
Yep.
They've got a lot of confidence in their quarterback, which, I mean, he's thrown the ball fine, but he's missed the guy several times as well. What's been working is like you said, the draw play or the counters.
Yeah.
And they've gotten away from it. Now, again, here's
Spread
their fancy formation.
Call swings
That's a double
around.
pass here. That's a double pass. Turn around. Oh my gosh.
Flag down.
Geez. That's interference on Hudson. And he caught the pass, I believe.
Double pass, incomplete. Flag on the play.
So interference, that'll be 15?
Should be at 15 yards, they don't do spot fouls like in the NFL.
Sure.
So,
Which
it'll be
good for Hudson.
About the 36-yard line the ball will move up to. I mean, Hudson
Defensive pass interference, 15 yards. That's going to be a first down.
So I'll move that to the 31-yard line.
We talked about your trick plays, your
hook and ladder,
A through Z and that type of stuff.
Yep.
Coach Labuda and his staff have more of those plays than anybody else in this conference. That
36
was one of them
years.
right there, and I wouldn't be surprised if you saw another one.
Sure. Good coverage again. Oh, loose ball came out of the hands of number 89. He couldn't hold on to that cannon. Feddersen with the
I'm not sure the timeout situation this half. I know
they got to be
Hudson,
out.
I think, took one. Menomonie is either out or they might have one left.
You get 2?
You get 3 per half.
Okay.
Keep in mind, when
2nd and 10.
The clock gets stopped.
Call out to the flat there. Gets punched out of bounds immediately.
the clock will get stopped every time they get a first
That's
down.
complete for a short
Then
game.
they start the game clock again. You have to watch the
Austin
referee
Lee
to see
versus them out of bounds.
what he does with hand signals to tell you when the clock's going to start again. So watch his hand, and that'll tell you when all of a sudden you're going to see them start the game clock. So that was out of bounds.
Yep. So 3rd down and about 9 to go here. Call drops back. Oh,
Get
get
it,
around.
there
There we
you
go.
go.
There we go.
There you
Good
go,
pursuit.
Evan.
Boom.
Sack.
Huge play.
Number 18, Evan Tyler.
Loss of 2 or 3 on that one. Huge play. Did you get that man's name and number?
That was Evan Tyler.
Evan Tyler. We
I was
call his
expecting
name a fair
Evan to be
amount.
65 this year, but he's number 18, so he's looking a little bit leaner, but he's certainly fast. Big
Wow.
kid.
What a
Great play that time.
90 seconds to go. 4th and 13.
Needs
It's a
pressure.
big play. Big play. He's going to air it out to the near side here.
That's a clean play right there.
Woo! That was
That's
a
your ball
great
game.
coverage.
Incomplete pass.
Woo! Hudson. Was that the dagger?
Turnover on down.
That should be your dagger.
What a great coverage play out here on the near
Excellent
side.
coverage. Yeah, excellent coverage that time. You had Maury doubling up with Ducharme. Maury, obviously, the big target. Covered that up.
Nice job. Coaches behind us
are
getting a
all
little
excited.
Little excited.
That's a big win. That's a
Huge win.
I tell you what, and like I was talking about before, a lot of things against these kids here, but able to come back tonight, get a big win.
I'll tell you, our defense played a heck of a game tonight. They had some great stands throughout the night. Offense played very well as well, but our D, boy, they were really on the game.
Yep, big win tonight.
Big win as Menomonie comes into town here, and the victory formation is in effect right now. What a fun one to call. We'll stick around post-game here. We'll go around the league, kind of talk about what's going on, the other games, and what's coming up for next week for this Hudson Raiders squad. It's our opening night game against Menomonie Mustangs. What do we say?
That's a big win, and I can tell you this game got some coverage within the state. There's the Wisconsin Sports Network was going to have a reporter at this game tonight, so expect there should be some publicity for the team for that. You saw a lot of kids tonight that you haven't heard their names before. Saw a lot of kids that don't get a lot of playing time that stepped up. So I just think great effort tonight by coaches and players.
Yep, a great team win here by the Hudson Raiders. I'd like to salute all the students down at the end zone outside the fence that stuck around to watch this win. Great to see them kind of making their way out here in this COVID season to support their Raider team. And that'll do it. Oh, winner!
There it is.
Chicken dinner. Hudson with a huge win against a fantastic, as always, Menomonie squad.
They're fired up. Look at them out there. It's a big win.
Season opener, your final, Hudson 30, Mustangs 23. We'll line them up here for a...
yeah, I don't think they're going to
know
do
what
any
they're going to do.
handshaking this year.
No, they wave at each other.
Well, yeah, and
helmets are raised in respect to the other team. Menomonie does the same thing, and Hudson will gather the center of the field. A quick team celebration.
well, I'll tell you what, that's the type of game. Boy, I wish there could have been more people here to watch it.
Yeah. Heck of a game, back and forth. I mean, we started off very defensively, but then things got rolling, opened up a little bit on both sides.
I just saw some excellent plays tonight, plays that you don't see often in high school football. I mean, that run back that Parker had was absolutely amazing.
ESPN.
And, all of a sudden, Hudson kind of comes out of its shell. They were running the ball really well, got a couple of nice passes to Herink in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Owen Anderson threw a couple great balls there. And then obviously that play where Bounting was wide open. you got to see what his speed was tonight. On the defensive side, like you said, big plays, big stops when you needed to get them, whether it's a broken up pass or getting a sack kind of to end the game there. Again, the coaches and players should be proud.
Great game, great team effort. I mean, this was anytime Menomonie comes into the stadium here, we go on the road against them. It's always one of those start games on the calendar, and to have it be your first one during the COVID season, woo, just huge, absolutely huge. What about around the league? I don't know if you got a chance to kind of peek at some scores.
Yeah, I popped in and checked out the Big Rivers where we had some scores tonight.
Yeah.
River Falls tonight at home defeated Chippewa Falls 23-8.
Wow.
And I don't have a final yet on the New Richmond-Rice Lake game, but that's been kind of back and forth. The last score I have is 28-27. New Richmond.
28-27, wow.
28-27, so
Fun
right down
game.
to the wire. And then, of course, here in Hudson, we had the Raiders 30-23 over the Menomonie Mustangs, holding their helmets up here, giving them a hand.
Singing
and we're
the
getting
song.
the old school song as well. So
I love it. Get goosebumps listening to this. This is great. And the Raiders are going to take a quick lap down to their fans at the end of the end zone. Getting goosebumps watching this. This is really something special. They'll celebrate with the crowd of students down there that have been rooting them on, that just on the other side of the fence. What a cool sight that is.
How you
really,
doing?
really
nice
fun.
Game tonight by your son.
Great game. Great to see the school spirit. This is just, it brings me back to the day.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it earlier. How do you find emotion when you're playing in basically an empty stadium?
Yeah.
And now you've got teammates, you've got coaches that are cheering you on, but you can almost hear a pin drop in the stadium.
It was
at
quiet at times. Yeah.
So I give both teams a ton of credit to come out here tonight and play under these conditions. Again, weather's great, everything's great. They want to be out here, but at the same time, you score a touchdown and it's normally it's like
crazy, right? You can't even hear yourself
even
think.
with the piped-in sounds. But they played with a lot of emotion tonight for each other, and that's really cool.
Well, next week we are going to head over to Chippewa. We got our first road game. I talked to the AD earlier this week. Sounds like they've got kind of a smaller press box, so we're going to do something similar to what we did tonight. We're going to be outside the press box. We'll just loop the internet cable in. Hopefully be good there. Sounds like a great crew over there. Very, very good to work with from a kind of behind-the-scenes perspective. So looking forward to Chippewa next week. And
so Chippewa, obviously a big sports town.
Oh, yeah.
And very close to Eau Claire, obviously.
That's right.
When Eau Claire decided to shut down, I was talking to people over in the Chippewa area that I know that are involved in their sports, and they were like, no way are we going to shut down.
Forget it, right?
I mean, we're going to play football, and it doesn't matter, boys, girls sports, they're both big over in Chip. So, and again, tonight I mentioned Coach Joe Labuda, obviously a Hall of Fame coach in Wisconsin.
Amazing.
Huge record. Well, next week we're going to see another Hall of Fame coach.
Really?
We'll talk a little bit about him.
Okay.
He's been around for quite some time over there in Chippewa. So,
well, stick around. I guess we'll have another pregame show for next week, and we can talk a little bit more about another Hall of Fame coach that we'll be taking on next week. Going to be a great trip over to Chippewa. It'll be fun to see this team on the road. See if we can take this show on the road and have a similar result, hopefully.
absolutely.
So they'll start shutting things down here. I appreciate you joining both Aaron Sundin. My name's Ken Conan. And on the camera is Adam, as always. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. It's going to be Friday night, again, on the road, Chippewa. We'll be opening things up around, 6:30-ish. We'll get online and get things going. So from all of us over here at the River Channel and Raiders Streaming, we appreciate you joining us. We'll catch you next time.